And welcome on in. I hope you are having a terrific Sunday afternoon, evening, wherever it is that you are watching this. Even if it's not on a Sunday and you're watching this after we've gone live, we are here with PK Pilipo Kanoa. And as you probably saw in the thumbnail, the title here of the stream, we've got an opportunity for Pilipo to lead the Baylor Bears to a bowl game this year after an up and down first half of the season that saw some big plays, some close games, ultimately some games that got away with us due to turnovers. We cannot afford those as we move forward. We have 6 games, actually, 6 games remaining, and we need 3 more wins to become bowl eligible. So obviously today, that is the main goal, get at least 3 wins. Looks like we may have a top 25 matchup against the Cowboys. Potentially, maybe BYU could find themselves in that same top 25. Not too sure about the rest with the 3 losses. Obviously, with Baylor, we have 3 losses as well. So we know we need to really step up our play. And part of that, as mentioned, has been the turnovers. We've had a lot of interceptions this year, 14 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. I believe there's also been a couple fumbles. The biggest thing has been the interceptions, and I think a lot of that has come with us pushing the ball further down the field than where Kanoa is really his best at. On top of that, we found out at the end of last stream that not only are we throwing more passing attempts per game than anyone else here in college football, we are also the most sacked quarterback in all of college football. So a lot of things do need to go our way. We need our line to step up, but also we need to control this team, right? We are the leader. So that is going to be the goal. And I just realized up to this point, I did not turn on the music. So let's get that rolling. Quick note with music, all the audio and stuff, I did tweak a little bit of the in-game volume. That should be a little bit louder. Let me know your thoughts on all that. And as always, if the music is too loud, too soft, do let me know, and we'll make adjustments as we go. But yeah, that's going to be the big focus today. Get those 3 wins, become bowl eligible, and I would love to get an upgrade out of the way here early on. And what I want it to go into is the power. We need 1 more skill point, and then we could get an upgrade there. Obviously, we still have a long way to develop PK, only a 75 right now. The quickness also is lagging a bit behind, but I want to get that throw power up a little bit. And I think that's going to help us out with some of the interceptions we've thrown on timing plays. We just haven't had enough muster behind that ball to get it to where we need it to be. So that's going to be the first thing we're going to look to do. And before we really get on into that, we do have a practice to get through. Then we'll look to get into a little bit more here. Obviously, 6 games I want to get through today. So that is going to be the goal. And we're going to start with our pocket presence. Just a nice warm-up drill here for us. And for PK, guy on the sticks for everyone involved. Good old load screen to get us going with. Now we got B out the gate here. We did finish off pretty well here. That's my own volume that's a little loud. I'm going to tweak that. I feel like we did pretty well last time. We actually had, I think, around 50K points on this drill. Though as we started last stream, I think we only had about 17. I know we got a silver on this first one, so we're going to see if we can do a little bit better our first go here. Still have a little bit of time. A lot of Ys back to back here. We do have bronze. 33 seconds and counting. Continue building. We need to get to, I believe it's 30K here to hit gold. No bullseye yet. PK that time just hits the black ring, so not going to be a big boost, but we do get into the silver. Inner ring, no bullseye, but then we get distracted and take a sack. Obviously very used to that. 10 seconds here to get to that 30K mark. Inner ring, that's not going to quite help us as much. May get 1 more throw here. And I had to guess there as we were running out of time. So not going to be a gold out the gate, but we do get that silver. Better starting point and a good way to lead us on into getting that upgrade done early here. And helping us out with our coach as well. Coach happiness also goes up, which is good, due to some more of our leadership that we've taken care of over the past. First game is against Colorado, a game we should win. Now, this is exam week. We could look to study here. Our GPA is not looking great. This was higher last time. We had it into the yellow. Not sure why it is so low, but I do want to focus here on getting that extra point there. And the rest of these are probably going to have to be spent trying to get healthy. So we're not going to be able to study going into this exam week. We're going to see how much that affects us. Hopefully we don't drop that GPA below 2.0. I believe we won't be eligible to play if that happens. So trying to balance some things here, but we do have the 12 skill tokens. And we will go ahead and get that upgrade. I'm hoping this gets us to about 88 throw power. And that's exactly where we get to. So that's going to be a good bit better. Obviously not into the 90s yet, but a good bit better, especially for a dual threat. I think 88 to 90 is pretty typical. So I think now we can focus more of our upgrades towards the accuracies and the speed. But how about let's focus on getting a win on the road as we are headed to Colorado to face off against Deion Sanders and the Buffaloes. We'll rock the whites out the gate. And we'll jump on in here, and with that, I will pause up this music and take my face on out of here as we get ready for game action. Good old classic Buffalo running on out. Obviously, biggest notes in this first game, and I want to stick to it. You guys keep me honest in the chat, in the comments below. If we start calling too many deep shots, let me know. PK is best short and medium, and a little bit of a threat scrambling. Can't say he's a true threat as a runner yet, but we need this win in Folsom Field. And it will be defense out first here for us. They do a good enough job getting us the ball at the 43. Already a lot more deep passes here. Let's go with a little bit of some play action out the gate. And a shorter field to begin. Now, we still don't have any sort of audibles, unfortunately. We do have that hard count, and we're going to use that to lose 5. Looked like the defense jumped early, not the case. So that'll change things up a little bit then for us. First and 15 now at the 38. Single high off coverage, probably cover 3. PK, he goes over the middle and had his target, but he could not hold on. Not going to help out the completion percentage, minus 15. For us, that doesn't make quite so much sense. West last time had a great showing, a little bit lackluster of a start for him, and PK cannot escape. He tried to step up, but it's 3rd and 19. Will be a spread look here then for PK. That line collapses. PK does look to step up and throws, finding his target close to and getting the first down. That's what we want to see by Nanuai. He was a player of the Big 12, offensive player in week 6. PK here with the straight quarterback run. He's got about 9.5, close to 10 yards there. PK obviously in that game where Vi did go off had a lot of good stats. Unfortunately, the turnovers not only cost him a potential player of the week, the game as well. And that was big, as right now West Virginia towards the top of the Big 12. One of the few undefeated teams in Big 12 play. We're kind of outside looking in for any sort of chance at a conference championship game. That one was close. Had the tight end West leaking out. Unfortunately, we couldn't find him. So 2nd and 10 here for PK. As he'll throw this one over the middle, finding Brown, who slips by 1. Can't slip by the 2nd, but picks up 7 in the process. And a 3rd and 3 for the Baylor Bears. 2 options plus a tight end to the left. Hard count didn't pay off. It's West quick over the middle. He's got the catch and has the first down. Forward progress granted. And we'll go quickly here, just inside the 24-yard line. And flip this one to the other tight end coming across. That's Coward spinning through the tackle. He's inside the 5, slipping another and out at the 3. We've got a couple really good tight ends here at Baylor. They very much have been the safety net here for PK. See if we could get a double to backer on that left-hand side. Pulling guard, though, right side. Give us a lane, and there he goes. It's a touchdown for Dobbs. PK hands off at the goal line. We get that B- grade and end our first possession here with a touchdown. Today's not about PK's personal stats. It's about ensuring 3 wins and finding our way to a bowl game. Would honestly love that to be a matchup against maybe Hawaii or Kennesaw State, 2 former schools that PK was on. As the defense holds our lead, 7-3, 2:02 in the first. We'll toss this one quickly over the middle. Good hands there from Vi. Now with the 2nd and 2, we could look to maybe open things up a little bit here. Good press coverage on the outside of Brown. If he could get a good release on the outside, we might have something up the sideline. Chucking it downfield on the run and taken down just in front of the 20. Goes our slot receiver. I want to say his name is Stephen Brown. Not going to get it there. They highlight PK with the big throw. I'm here for it. That 88 throw power coming into play right there. Now a heavy look to follow. We run power. There goes Dobbs down the middle, grinding out 6. We haven't had the best running game, I will say, over the last, really the whole season. So hopefully we can get a little bit more of that as we do find our guy outside. Manuai inside the 5. It's another red zone trip. And a timeout called here by Colorado. Well, that works. We still get a screen. I was looking for the tunnel screen. Really don't like this look, though. This does look to be an RPO read, so we do have 3 options here. And we're going to look to throw that one away to the ground. I do like the availability for that, so we don't automatically lose yards there. 2nd and goal. A late pull here from PK. Now he's got a blocker, and the blocker blocks him from the end zone. That one was about as close as you can get without breaking the plane. So 3rd and goal. Kind of like to flip this. We're going to hand it off. It's Dobbs back into the end zone. So good opening play here from PK. No touchdowns for him, but 2 for Dobbs. A $114 throwing and a 14-point lead. Not too bad of a start here for us in the first quarter. Obviously, this is a big game for the rest of our season. This whole stretch is going to be massive for us. So a good start here. Get the team going well. Maybe this gives us a little bit more confidence for that exam as well. We need to pass that. As there goes Dobbs. Finally, the running game is doing something here. I don't think there was an update to the game. If there was, maybe they finally fixed the run game mechanics. But it's working out well for us here. 1st and 10. A little bit of some play action off of it. Lead this one out for Brown as it's off his diving hands. Perhaps led him a little too much. 2nd and 10 then. Baylor Bears inside the Oppo 30. Has looked to go with a screen, just getting that one out in time. It's Hill. Close to and past the marker. Count this as another red zone trip. 1st down, Baylor at the 18. We got a little RPO called up here as well. Look to hand this one off because the passing options were not good. Fortunately, we do lose 2 that time. Gap filled well. Got a couple decent options here. Brown can get that inside. No. Risky throw there from PK. Luckily not as costly as it could have been. 3rd and 12. Got to get the 1st down here. The roll over to the right-hand side. Now he's got his running back downfield. A good throw back inside has Dobbins to the 3. Baylor with another 1st down and a 3rd straight goal line trip. And it's going to be PK on the keeper. Get the block, West. Come on. We've been very selfless out here at the goal line. 2 running touchdowns for Dobbs. Just not quite getting what we need here. We're going to have to eat that sack. Good job again from the defense. They took away the options, and we get backed up to the 10. And we keep the streak going here, finding the end zone. Well, here goes PK, and he's going to be stopped short. He tried the stiff arm down at the 2. We'll set up a field goal with a rough angle left hash. See if they tack on the 3, and they do. Good news, defense still holding the shutout as well. Colorado not able to do much so far against the Baylor Bears defense. Keeper here for PK as he looks to cut inside the block. That's where we need the speed upgrade, for sure. But we'll take a gain of 4 on first down. All you need is a gain of 4 on every down, and your offense will end the drive with a touchdown. PK barking out some calls here. They look for that double to backer. Dobbs, though, fighting through. Where has this running been all season long? I guess they're also pushing for that bowl game. A little bit of play action here. Throws out left side. That's going to be a first down for Hopkins, I believe is his name. It's been a week. Hilton. I knew it was it was Hilton or Hopkins. Go out to Vi here. Quick out. Now he's got the first down. Good blocking downfield from Brown to give him some extra space. A little quick route on the outside to just open up the underneath. I would love to take the top off the defense here as they're playing down tight. A little bit of some play action. Come on, you got to give me some time. PK continues to be the most sacked quarterback in all of college football. Single high safety too. We do have hot routes now. Love it. Okay, gonna have to throw that one away. We had West, but not anywhere close to enough time to try to throw that one. Holly back-to-back plays gets to PK untouched. One hard count, no one jumps. Fire this one out to Brown, and we are close. Come on, coach. Come on. Let us go for it. We're at the 47. Looks like he's going to pull us off the field. So the streak ends there. And with that, it's a touchdown from Colorado. 17-7 now. 2:22 to go in the first half. And the line is starting to crumble here. Though Adrian Holly injured on the play, injured on the celebration perhaps. That is not good news, but honestly, we're going to take it. Mr. Don't Know a Username. That is a great username. How's it going, bud? Been here since the Stanford series. That was a big one. Definitely helped grow the channel. Do you have a question? Who's your favorite player from that series? As we throw quick, good backside catch there from Brown. We pick up a good chunk, making third down a little bit easier here. You have a slight number advantage out there. Get the block. There we go. We got Hilton for the first down on the wide receiver screen pass, taking us inside 2 to play. At least in the first half, that is. Nice 10-point lead. Hard count again, PK. He's not gotten anything free so far today. Off the back foot. Try to extend that just a little bit longer to get Hilton over the middle. This line doesn't provide that. We should know better. Go quick here. Find our running back out of the backfield. There goes Hill. Gain of 6. We're back on schedule here for 3rd and 4. We do have some nice one-on-one matchups there on the outside. Let's see if we can take advantage of that. It's a quick read. Hilton does get a step. Lofted outside. Box out the corner. How does that one get picked off? That's not going to help out the stats, but that's what we've had to deal with here. Put the ball in front of the receiver and on the outside, and somehow the corner takes that one away. That would be one that I would say is an interception with an asterisk in the stats. But Lemons, what an absolutely great play. I don't even want to watch it one more time here. I mean, he just overtakes Hilton. Just jumped right over him. What a play. And somehow we already are dealing with wear and tear here. We have taken a good number of hits. Defense, though, gets us the ball right back. Thank you, defense. We need to get our boy in the end zone here. Brown with a quick catch, as we do have all of our timeouts still remaining here. Look to still go hurry up. The running back into the backfield, snapping that ball and throwing out late. This time we do find Hilton. That will pause up this clock for a moment. We get the chains, or really it's not even the change, it's just the line of scrimmage marker set. And we'll toss this one for Manuai. It's a passing touchdown there for PK. After getting stopped inside the 5 a couple times, didn't look like he trusted himself to run it. Instead, he tosses it forward, and by Manuai gets us back on that touchdown board 24-7 as we should be headed through halftime. We have a -7 speed right now, so that means at most we are running with 72 speed. Yeah, we're probably not going to look to run much of the rest of this game. Timing off on that one. Should have hit that curl a little bit quicker. Looks like press man coverage here. No audible. Really don't like that. We're going to just have to hand this one off then. Hill, get what you can get. That's actually a pretty good gain of 6. Once again, back in schedule. Need the first down here. Give it, Brown. Give it, Brown. There we go. Need the sure hands from our receivers. Little hurry-up action early on. Real quick. That's what the game needs to be here for PK. We need to be getting that ball out in 1-2 steps. And at least this time, the coach is giving us some better plays for it. We're going to go with the jet sweep this time. Get Brown out in some space. Decent gain there. Leaves a 3rd and 1. And I've recently found this play, and I do really like it. RPO, and you could quickly dump it off to the tight end if that read key comes down. Really like it. We're going to hand this one off, though. Hill can't get there. And it doesn't look like coach is going to let us be aggressive. You do still need good blocking on the inside. Ran that a few times with the Kent State series. It's worked out well. They are going to drive down the field, though, and get some points on the board. A field goal for Colorado. We'll start back at the 25 with 25 the back here. Once again, Colorado, they snuff out another screen for us. Probably on those, I should just look to throw it away. If the game utilizes that mechanic correctly and throws it at least away with a receiver semi in the area. Another test, and once again, 12 almost makes the play. Little underthrown. It was a little underthrown from PK. The 3rd and 16. I would really like to change this. At least let me motion Dobbs out here. And give me a curl at the sticks, please. Zig on that left side with Brown. Oh, at least give us a little something possibly here. Over the middle, it's Vi for the first down and a whole lot more as he crosses the 50. We cleared him out of space, and he took advantage. A good game this time for Manuai. He's had some up and down play. Let's actually send him on a slant. Draw that safety even more inside. See if we could get Brown more space on the outside. They do look to take that one away off the back foot and incomplete to West. We'll say it's not been a great start for West today. A little bit of back and forth. First time out here with Baylor. Coward looked really good as we go with a direct snap to Dobbs. Then the second time out, West looked really good. Now we're not seeing much from West. Coward on the field here as long as West. Hard count, no offers. We will look to go to tight end too, and he will once again pick up that first down. Though an injury on the play. Hudson for Colorado and Schramm for Baylor. Both guys inside the box. We'll have to exit the field of play here on a 1st and 10 of the 32. Where is 12? He's over on that right-hand side. We don't have a fantastic mismatch there with Hilton. I'd like a little bit more loft. Why are all these one-on-ones picked off? Just get the tackle there. He doesn't. Hill sprinting over. How is this a pick six? A one-on-one jump ball, and Larry Bigham's, for the second time today, a Colorado corner mosses Hilton. And this game draws closer. That's been the problem all season long. Second half, some throws that should be in your favor just simply have not gone our way. Now it's a one-score ball game. Not much blocking out there. Brown did honestly as much as he could. I'm not going to heart Brown on that one. We do lose 2. Under pressure, that one's going to fall incomplete. I would love to know what our average time in the pocket is. There's a lot of stats I would love for EA to add. That's definitely one of them. As we're just going to have to try to step up here. And they're going to say it's now a fumble. PK can just not hold on to that ball. And we learned last time that reviews definitely don't help you at all in this game. Defense trying to help us out here. Just give up a field goal after that. I forget we don't have audibles. I was trying to switch to a pass play, but maybe we shouldn't be passing the ball, quite honestly. Ollie, once again, banged up on the play. 2nd and 5. Or 2nd and 6 with 2:05 on the clock. Once again, we'll go with a handoff here. That's Hill. He'll pick up out 3. Looked like that might have been a little short of actually what we gained. It's another multi-turnover day for PK. I think we might need to focus on maybe upgrading or carrying or something just to help out with the fumbles. Can't do much about the one-on-one toss-ups. Would love our receivers to make the play, but that's entirely up to them. 1st and 10 here. And under pressure, trying to get Brown on that zig back inside. 2nd and 10. Minute 34 in the 3rd. Only up by 4. And we do get Brown wide open here on the RPO as he spins into the Colorado safety. But a 1st down here for Baylor. PK does look to go hurry. Give me that sideline shot, and he sails it. That I really thought he could have got in there a lot quicker. I think we're not paying as much attention to the wear and tear as we should. I think the screen just went black there for a second. If it did, let me know. That's something I noticed while recording tomorrow's Kent State series, is that for some reason now in OBS, every now and then, I will drop like a frame or 2, and then it comes back in. So I'm not sure what that is about. If you guys have had that experience or if you know what that could be, let me know. It's something I've been trying to fix, obviously. Hasn't quite worked out yet. Brown again with the grab, and they say 4th and inches. Come on, coach. We're only up 4. Ollie injured. Give me a chance. Quarterback sneak here. The bad call. Bad call there from coach. Good news. We do still get the ball, and we do get it plus side. Colorado looked to punt from their own goal line. Get the screen out. That's what we're dealing with sometimes. Road to glory. You never know what you're going to get. Loft this one out here. Come on, Hilton. This time he makes the grab. A little less loft. Maybe we got a touchdown shot right there. We'll go hurry up. We need to get this ball back into the end zone. Hill, a little bit of some room. We've noticed a lot more of Hill, or at least I've noticed a lot more Hill here after the first about quarter and a half. Wonder if Dodds is also dealing with his own wear and tear. can't get that one out cleanly, and that's not going to help our wear and tear. I wish it displayed it on this screen every time. I know it has risk of injury there, but I need a little bit more information, like what ratings are taking that hit, as we just try to step back up to the line of scrimmage. No time to even set up some quick curls. Look for a field goal here to go back up a touchdown. Inside 8:30 to play. And okay, this is what we're working with. -8 to throw accuracy mid, -9 for throw power. That's why the balls are not getting to where I need them to get to with the speed I need it to get there. Throw on the run is also non-existent, and our mobility is non-existent. Our career health is also taking a good bit of damage too. I think we need to even tweak the wear and tear even more. We, a couple streams ago, maybe 2 or so streams ago, changed to Mat 10s sliders for wear and tear. I still feel like it's a bigger problem here in Road to Glory. We hand this one off to Dodds. He tries to fight through, gets a hard-earned one. Molinaro injured on the play for the Buffalo Bulls, or Buffalo Bulls. How many times I've played Colorado on this channel, I make that mistake at least once per video. Are they bracketing Hilton? They're bracketing Hilton. Fine, give me running back out of the backfield. Nice sidearm throw there as well, finds Hill. We've got a 3rd and 1. Want a tight end on the line here. I need some blocks up front. Give me plus side. Double to back. There we go. You had a lot more room. 4th and inches. These referees are cooking out here. Full on cooking by the referees. And Colorado will not tie the game. We're starting at the 7 though. Defense either forced a turnover or turnover on downs, it seems. Get that quick bubble out there. Too high of a pass. That's a miss. We had some space. We stay at the 7. Colorado crowding that line here. I can't flip that either. That's really, really unfortunate. Get the motion in at least here. Needed some better blocks than that. Needed some better blocks than that. Go Z-dig. Need some good blocks here. You got to give me time. At least for Manui to develop. Honestly, Wes, just sit back here and block. Drive that one in. It's high again. Keep that level height and inside, and we might have had the first down there. But we stay up 7. Colorado gets the ball inside 3 to play. A must-win game for Baylor. And we're going to have to find points with 1:17 to go. 3 timeouts. And our accuracy is cooked anywhere but short throws. And here goes our -17 or -13 speed. It's going to pan out there for the first down. Colorado protecting deep. Again, throw on the run. Not too good. As soon as I released that pass, I saw the safety coming over. That's a bad read on me. That's a bad read on me. It might cost us the game here. No, we go to overtime. Defense, they're doing as much as they can in this one. As we were trying to keep the turnovers to a minimum, well, we definitely have not done that today. And Hilton has had a horrific game, for sure. Moss 2 times for an interception, 1 for a pick 6. Give me the running back. There we go. Find that end zone, Hill. Find that end zone. Down to about the inch line. We're going to go hurry up. We've got to have this one here. We got the numbers on the outside. Give it to the outside. That's a walk-in touchdown. There we go. We'll say I do enjoy the challenge in this Road to Glory. I do wish it didn't seem so cheesy. As the defense holds, we win the game. In overtime, though it should have never come down the overtime, but that is one of the 3 we needed. And getting that win might just help us out a little bit. Once again, over 350 yards passing. One interception, definitely on PK. The fumble, I still don't know if that was a fumble. But 2 of those interceptions, I think that's just the game mechanics. If you're not throwing to a wide open receiver, if there is a cover man within 2 to 3 yards, it's probably a 50-50 chance on a pick. So we're just going to keep that in mind as we roll on. And speaking of roll on, let's roll the music on as well. I'll get the cam turned back on here with the light on and all of it. There we go, game 1, and we still lose some of our progress there. Obviously, we're taking a lot of hits. I am worried a little bit about that career health. We're only in our sophomore year, and it has tanked a good bit. So I think that's something I'll have to continue taking a look at, is the wear and tear. As always, leave your guys' input for that. We're going to move on to the next week. Find out, hopefully, good news about the exam week as well. Or we'll see if Colorado even cares about the exams. No. Or not Colorado. Baylor cares about the exams, and it doesn't seem like they do. So, good news for us at least, because I don't think we're prepared for that. We'll jump back into some more practice here. I do wish if you got gold on these, you got a skill point. I don't think you do. But I think that would go a long way in helping develop these guys a little bit more. Maybe that also is the fact that we are a 2-star. It just takes more, maybe. We got a big week. That was a really bad start. Waste of time is really why it's a bad start. I need these targets to show up a lot quicker. There we go, in a ring at least. Need some more bullseyes as well. And that's one of them. 3,200 points. And we just clipped the outer ring on that. Better than nothing. Inner ring, inner ring. We do get bronze. That's a bullseye. 5,600. A second bullseye, 6,400. Give me a third in a row? No. Middle ring. We do have a silver. 13 seconds to work with another bullseye. That is gold. Told you, we just needed that warm-up. Another bullseye, 8,800. I just had to guess on that. Guessed wrong. But 40,000 points. And, well, we missed a throw anyway. Not too bad there. That's a much better practice for us. Going into that one, we had 1 skill point. Again, I would love to see a reward for getting that gold, but that's definitely going to give us a good boost. Coach Happiness is moving back up. And yeah, we don't get a skill point for that. I think gold should give you a skill point. Otherwise, I feel like it takes so long to earn these developments. But next up is Iowa State. As it looks like right now, conference standing-wise, we are 2-2. And big news is TCU and West Virginia both dropped a game. BYU is the final game of the regular season. And it looks like they're going to be, or they took over for Oklahoma State. So still, it only looks like we're going to get one more top 25 matchup. Now, if we pull together some wins here, go on a streak, and some of these teams start to lose, there is a chance still for a title game here for us. So, a little bit more emphasis. And now we got exam in 6 weeks. So, yeah, I don't know what happened with that exam. Maybe Baylor covers you. They hire someone to do your exams for you. Couldn't tell you. But I know we're going to need to get healthy before the start of this game. And that's going to be all of our points just to get healthy. So it's really limited our XP to, get those skill points. We haven't been able to do much for NIL deals, for leadership as much. Just trying to find a way to scrape by in the classroom and stay healthy for these games. But we are right into our next game, and I would love a clean game. No more turnovers, please. Go ahead and take my face out of here. Turn off the music as we get into game action. Let's roll on in. Second straight game on the road. This time we go play against the Cyclones. There was one particular song from the 2000s that I always think of when I hear the Cyclones. I do kind of like Iowa State's uniforms. I don't know why. Normally not a big fan of maroon and gold. I gotta say, they look nice. And they don't look like a complete ripoff of Kansas City. But as we roll on in, then now it's time to turn off the music and have the music be the play on the field here as we once again have the black screen pop up. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I apologize for it. It's something I am working on, so do note that. As we take the field here, PK, we got to keep these passes short and quick, avoid as many hits as we can. We do pick up 4 there. Good way to start. Probably should also avoid quarterback runs. We are a dual threat, but it just honestly hasn't worked out too well for us. This one's going to work out, though, for us, even though that was a read for a keep. We're going to pick up one of our biggest gains via a run all series long. A 1st and 10 coming off of it at the 37. Really good job there from the linebacker. 3-5. He stood up the guard. A little bit of an RPO off of that. 2 runs early on here. Might open something. And that something is a run for Dobbs. Down the middle. Wes Tucker, though, injured. Our line also can't stay healthy. How often do these guys drop? That is maybe something that would affect it. I don't know everything about and I don't try to act like I know everything about sliders, but I wonder if injury, stamina, all of that, if that plays into effect, how much wear and tear is happening as we don't get close enough. 4th and 2, and coach calls it there at the 45. But maybe we tweak some injury sliders or something, and maybe that'll help out some wear and tear too. Something I will research before the next stream. We'll go with the check down here. That's the drag. Manuai, the first down by the 30. Would like to end this drive in some points. Can at least flip things here in the play call menu. That's nice. Feels like a pretty basic function that we should have just to at least be able to flip a play. Maybe not have all the audibles. Dodds can't find a gap. We lose 3. Iowa State doing a good job playing down by the line. Get the screen out here, get some blocks in front. Dodds don't get caught from behind as he picks up 9. A 3rd and 4. Yes, keeping the motion into the drag. Probably should have flipped it, but I don't know how much I want to be passing to Hilton. 5 was pretty good for us last week, and he can't cross face in time. We roll into pressure. 2 drives that end around the 40-yard line. The defense once again coming through here for Baylor. We start our 3rd drive without any points on the board. Inside the 10. Pass this over the middle. That's going to be to Brown. Once again, it's a good start to a drive. We pick up near 17. No, make that 21, actually. Get that ball up to the 27, and now we got some breathing room. But this is where we started to slow down after we get that initial 1st down. And the fullback runs into the running back. That's always going to be a good indicator of a strong play. Lose 1. And this is where we go backwards. Got to correct. Get that loft over the middle. What a play by Kelly. How he flipped his hips and got back there to pick that ball off, I will never know. Because he was stepping down to Brown. Brown passed him, and he flipped those hips and made PK look like an absolute fool. And once again, these interceptions, they just keep rolling. Were any of you guys here for Bronson Moreau's quarterback series? What was that, Madden 23, Madden 24? That's a throwback. Give me something downfield here. Oh, I needed just a little bit more height, and we had a touchdown ball. Early in these games is when I think we could afford to take some of those shots. By the way, we are currently trailing by 3 points. Gods not going to be given the first down there. To the motion into the handoff. 3rd and inches, they mark it. They're stacking the line as well. Actually, I didn't even call anything there. Just give me the motion. 3rd and inches. And that line does not get a push whatsoever. Wes Tucker injured again. A slow start here for both teams as we are a couple minutes into the second quarter with our shortest field given by the defense. A 3-0 ball game. A little bit of some play action here. Drive that one in, and there we go. We get Brown off of PK's back foot. This would also probably be another audible play. And PK's gonna lose one. That was a late pull, as I noticed the guy on the outside already crossed and went after the running back. Was hoping we'd be able to still pick up something. Throw backside to Brown, keep him away from Kelly because we know what he can do. And we know the run game's not going to work out here, 3rd and short. So give me a couple options underneath. Well, 3rd and medium. Wouldn't mind Brown working that into a wheel route. You send him in motion. You get some of that pressure. And PK didn't have the time to throw because Vernon originally took away the pass there to Brown on the motion. And it was too close. So then he ends up taking the sack. We do at least get the field goal. It was tied for all of 2 minutes of gameplay. Iowa State gets the game's first touchdown. We need an answer, and we need our running backs to not get caught by guys behind them. Pick up 1 on the screen, work ourselves inside 2 to play here. 10-3. Would like to go into halftime with a tie ball game. A hard count there from PK, no offers. And a throw to West. This time he holds on. We pick up about 4 or 5 yards on it. We'll look to go hurry up. 3rd and 4. These downs haven't been all too kind to us so far. Go to the running back here in the flat. Get that first down and get out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Give us a little time to set this up here. That's a risky throw. It's caught for a loss of 2. Didn't see the guy sticking with him. I wish, and again, sorry for the black screen, but I wish it was a little bit more zoomed out on plays like that. Give it. Come on, Kelly again. Vi should have easily crossed that man with the speed he was running and the fact Kelly was running the other way. But Kelly gets us twice. It's giving reminders of, what was it, like Madden 17? Might have been a little earlier than that. The Superman linebackers, who you would throw a ball that was intended to be like 20, 25 yards down the field, and they picked it 5 yards from the line. Obviously, he's not picking it 5 yards from the line, but he's making some tremendous plays out there. As we go into halftime, trailing now by 14 points. I do believe, however, we get ball to start the half. But if there is any shot at us making a miraculous comeback here for a Big Ten title, this is a game we need to pull off a win. I believe Iowa State just 2 losses in conference. Step up here, PK. He'll slide down with the first down at the 42. Just got to give us some options. Give us some space to make something happen. We'll throw backside here again. Find our target, Manuai. 2nd and 2. Not really going to be able to open up much of the playbook here with this look from the defense. And a dive forward. All right, that works. Slide down, and you don't get that forward progress. Called down where you start that initiated slide. Diving, though, a whole different story. And again, we're going to look to get on the move here. PK scampering out at the 30. Taking a different approach here in the second half. We've been far more pass heavy. Might just need to have PK run a little bit. Get a jet sweep involved, get some blocks. Brown probably should have cut inside there. We'll pick up 3 as West shaken up on the play. I'll get Coward out there at tight end. Really good first game with him. We had him as the starter, I believe, against North Texas, and he went off. Once again, vacate the middle all game long. PK will take it, sliding down inside the 20 as they look to go with some hurry up after. Probably going to have to go with a shot underneath here. Rolling to the outside. I don't know what move that was there from PK. A little shimmy in the backfield. He's going to lose 5. I was trying to get a high pass to Coward. Didn't pay off. We just set up a screen instead to Hill, and Kelly splits the blocks. A loss of 4. Can someone get Kelly out of here? Too many plays made by the linebacker lurking over the middle. And absolute quick rush on the outside. PK gets smacked down at the 30. At least inside field goal range. A promising drive, but we needed more off of that. Draw this thing to an 11-point ball game, though we do get the ball back inside the Oppo 50. And PK spins to throw. Come on, there were 2 targets in the area. He got hit. The ball sailed. That's not his fault. So technically, the button I pressed, it is his fault. Game knows that. But it shouldn't be a loss of 11. Or actually make that 10 on the play. And just a quick curl over there from Hilton. Not great timing, but it's going to work out. Hilton with the first down. A massive gain here for Baylor. And a timeout called there by the Cyclones. Interesting for them to call that timeout this early in the second half. Hopefully we can make them pay for that at the end of this game. A little bit of some play action. We'll dump this off to the fullback. He's going to get back the line of scrimmage. Nothing more, nothing less, but we avoid a hit on PK, and hopefully with that he stays a little bit healthier. Manuwai can't get to it. These one-on-ones, just they never feel like one-on-ones. West is back in the ball game here. And yeah, under pressure, went to a one-on-one, another linebacker gets a pick. Well, we're not cleaning up the turnovers today. In fact, I feel like we're doubling down on those turnovers. And we might have missed a couple drives. PK might have got banged up there. Either that or coach was like, hey, you're not playing well. I'm going to get you out the field. As we roll out to the left side here. Tiptoe the sideline for the first down. We'll take that. Now, if we did get, we got D- for the team grade, so we very well might have got pulled for a little bit. A little pump fake action. I'm going to be honest on that one. I just clicked a button. Yeah, PK is, he's having a moment right now. And it does look like PK got pulled. Baylor gets a touchdown, but we drop a game there. This is not looking good right now for PK. And I'm right now more worried about his starting spot moving forward, so that's why we're rushing out of that game, not because of how bad we played in that game. But I was definitely rushing reads. So some of that is entirely on me, some of it a little bit more, I would say, even on the game function. The one-on-ones, I don't like. It was a problem in that Bronson-Moreau series, as we spoke of that earlier. And yeah, we're going to lose a couple different options here. But in that Bronson-Moreau series, it was the thing, like, you were getting sacked basically every play. You were always under constant pressure. And like we see here, a lot of these 50-50s or one-on-one situations really aren't one-on-one situations. I mean, your receiver has to be perfectly open Otherwise, we're seeing a lot of play like this. I don't think our accuracy boost or upgrades would really matter much in terms of that. Again, it's my first time here playing Road to Glory since NCAA 14. So, different mechanics, but that one definitely hurts. It definitely hurts. We're going to have to find a way to bounce back. We are still the starting quarterback. That's all good news. But I don't think we could afford too many more games like that, especially if we're trying to become bowl eligible. You have Kansas up next. Hopefully, that game goes a little bit smoother for us. We'll start us off with a middle ring hit. Now, if only we had all this space to move around in the real games like we do in this drill. Only one person running at us rather than it seems to be 8 at a time. Ooh, just avoid that one, though. Got bronze. 36 seconds still to go. Good bullseye hit. Not sure. Okay, we're going to get at least the outer ring on that one. And PK, you just missed. Gonna dodge that guy at least. You have silver. Finally an X. I don't feel like we've had too many X's. Maybe that's a sign we just don't throw to Hilton. 4K away. About 2K. Count it. We got gold. On the last throw, we got gold. That'll help out us again, making up for everything we lost there with the coach trust and whatnot. Move things back up. But yeah, we've got to stop the turnovers. We just need it. It's in my head, it's the balance of trying to avoid hits so we can stay healthy in these games and we don't take too much hits to our skills, while also trying to get good reads. And right now, I think the preserve of our health has been more of a forefront. Now, actually, we didn't get that banged up in that game, so that's good news for us. We could actually spend some time, maybe even double up here on the studying. And go ahead, let's spend one there. We could study again, or we could try to... Honestly, I don't feel like spending the one really does anything when it comes to brand. So let's just go ahead and study and buy us some more time in the future. At least gives us 3 points we could use to upgrade at a later point. What does it look like right now for some of these things? What is our health at? I mean, injury is not great, so maybe that's a cause of why we are getting so banged up. Stamina, though's pretty good. I don't think an elusiveness upgrade would really help us out much. Awareness could potentially be a reason that some of our throws are maybe slightly off. It does also improve carrying. Let's go with an IQ boost here. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit. Now we finally return home. We face the Jayhawks, and we need this win badly. So we got to shake off that last game. Like Taylor Swift says, shake it off. This is football, right? You got to mention Taylor Swift. That's now the law, right? At least once. Again, I'll turn off that music once we jump on into action. But PK, he doesn't want to let this crowd down. I mean, they've shown up despite us being sub 500. Everyone but that 300 level looks pretty good, pretty full. We got to do right by these guys. Do right by the band out here supporting us. The cheerleaders as well. Small away crowd from Kansas did make the journey. We got to get this win here today. PK Kanoa's got to lock in. Right now in the locker room, quarterback 2, he's talking trash. So we can't allow it. We got to come out here and put together a game like we had in the season opener. And we get ball first. Again, we got to focus on the short and medium passes. Give me a better look here. Spread Kansas out early. That might have been a little bit of some pass interference. No call on it. They're stacking the outside here. Gonna be a simple handoff. Just check that, actually. Get it to the outside to Hilton. He gets 2. And this is probably the most troublesome spot we've been in any game. A 3rd and 1. We have not been able to handle 3rd and 1s. I'm gonna throw it. That's our best run play yet. Especially on short down and distance. First down for the Baylor Bears. Opening drive continues on here. Quick throw over the middle. That's going to be to Brown. He's going to pick up about 6 there. Did take a cheap shot to the back of the head. Kansas coming out early, playing perhaps a little dirty. And I'm not going to trust these guys to cross face anymore. Though I probably should have went to Brown because he looked to be wide open, though PK will scramble for 13. He needs a confidence boost. Well, that's what we're going to call that. We could also work him into, feeling hot out there. That'll definitely help out as well. Throw over the middle. One-on-one again. Well, it looks to be a defensive tackle getting the pick. I don't think he's a defensive tackle. Maybe an edge guy. Okay, so new house rule here. No throwing over the middle 10+ yards. Can we agree on that? No more throwing downfield, over the middle, 10+ yards. Because it's just picked off every time. Hand this ball off to Hill. For those who have played a road to glory quarterback, are you experiencing similar things, or is this just me? You know the house rule I just set? Well, I'm going to break it there because we get the first down. But for those who watch the Kent State series, I don't throw anywhere near these amount of interceptions. So, is it the game mode? Or is it PK? Is it Baylor? What is it? We'll take a gain of 3 there. Running about the most simplistic offense we can just to avoid turnovers. Hilton finally making a couple plays here. Need to get his confidence going as well. Maybe we could actually make something happen then. And I do just realize as I was scrolling through there, I make that house rule for not the, passing over the middle 10+ yards. But I call a lot of plays that are built around doing that. So, let's say I call. That's what most of these play calls have. But I just have to, once again, look to get away from some of that. A little pump fake action and didn't have enough time. Probably should have went away from the pump fake. Incoming black screen there for 2 seconds. Again, don't know why it does that. I didn't update anything, and then it started to happen, so maybe I need to do a check for some updates. Graphic card or something. That's definitely something that is on my list of things to figure out sooner rather than later. Give me the high pass, coward. You got to hold on. I finally hit a high pass there, and it was a good high pass. Drop it. 2nd and 10. There we go. Another high pass. Held on to as an injured Jayhawk. Seviano. Not sure if that's one of the linebackers causing me problems. I didn't see what number it was. Or number they were. Be a nicer way of saying that. 3rd and 3. Give me the zig on the outside. Quick hit to Brown. First down, Bears. Inside the 25. They go hurry up. Might be looking to go back to Brown here. Off that one towards the outside. That's not how physics works. But hey, incompletion versus a turnover. We're going to take that incompletion. Dodds with the carry. He's got 2. We've got another 3rd down here. 3rd and 8. Jayhawks trying to hold on to their 3-point lead. Fire this one outside. Brown. That was a touchdown. And Brown just never saw the ball. At least tie it up. Kansas goes back down the field and retakes that lead. 7-10 Jayhawks on the road down to Waco. And everyone's covered downfield. I didn't see that guy that close. Loss of 15. Now we're going to have to try to push this ball a little bit further down the field. As PK looks to take off here, taking the contact, he picks up about 12. Still leaving a 3rd and long. Baylor comes out with some hurry up. Trip set now to the right. Give me a stop at the sticks. Fire that timely. Good hands, Hilton. I'll give him credit when he makes the play. And he made the play that time. It was too tall from PK, almost very costly. Instead, 2nd and 10. Notice I've started to push the ball a little bit more downfield. I swear if that one was picked off. We got to rein back in this offense. We're not in a situation where we really got to press as much as I think the play calls I'm selecting and styling I am choosing goes to PK again. Taking the contact there, sets up a 3rd and 1. They're coming out in a single mug. You better get a good push up here, offensive line. Or run it straight to the only guy who can make a play. Coach, though, he's gambling as we keep the offense on the field, though the first quarter comes to an end. Don't tell me you're bringing out the punter. Don't you do this to me, game. He finally said we could go for it on 4th down. Drum roll, please. And we are staying on the field. That's what I like to see. Don't like these play calls, though. Gonna have to try to run some sticks. PK made us have to take this himself up the middle. That seems to be the plan. PK 1st down Baylor to open up the 2nd quarter. We're going to go hurry up off of it. I don't want the option. I actually want that to be the out. It's again, Brown to the outside. We'll pick up the 5, no problem. Don't want the option aspect of that run, so we're going to go back to the pass then. Single high. Off coverage on the outside. Probably thinking more of that cover 3 look. And we'll go over the middle. 1st down here to West. I don't know why half the time I say that, it makes me think of the old, the Batman? Was it West? Or am I mistaking? Was it I think it was Batman. Complete subject change there, but Adam West, I'm pretty sure was Batman. Well, hard count action. Little pump fake downfield and didn't have enough time to hit it outside. Once again, I wanted to get that to Brown. 3rd and 13 inside field goal range. We've done that too much. We got to take advantage of some blocking would be great. But they rushed, I think, 5 on that play, and 3 were in our face within 2 seconds or less, honestly. Probably less than 1 second. Defense, though, holds the 4-point ball game. And let's swing this one out to Hill. He'll turn up, getting a gain of 4. I'll take that on 1st down. No, I don't want the option. West, can you? No, I don't know if you guys could hear that. I was trying to get him to go to the outside. Apparently we can't do that. Give the quick slant then. Brown 1st down backside. Was honestly just trying to open up more space that way by sending West out to the left and just sending him downfield, but turns out we didn't need it. 1st and 10, Baylor Bears. The throw back over the middle, spinning catch from Brown. PK is throwing a lot of these passes backside. Now, I will say that is intentional, not accuracy related. Not a huge fan of this play call either. Oh, but we do get some good blocks, though, for Manuai, as there is a massive gap for him. The numbers game didn't look good pre-snap, but post-snap, it looked terrific. PK going to step up here. Use that zig to open up some space and slide down before Jackson could catch him from behind. Do a little bit of some hurry up off that as well. Send Brown to left. Trips look that way. Come on, Brown. Cross open, and catch the ball too would be great. Wes Tucker taking his daily kneel down on the field. A 2nd and 10 at the 19. Baylor really needs to get this ball into the end zone. But the right guard just got thrown at the line of scrimmage, and then the center forgot that, to block someone, you actually got to touch them. That's not going to help us out. 3rd and 15 now. Empty set for PK. As he throws quickly over the middle, that's Brown now. Brown's got space. First down, Baylor inside the 10. And a hurry-up look here for the Bears. Spread look. And they do go with a screen. Manuai, though, getting speared at the line. Once again, numbers didn't look great there. Post-snap read looked okay. Great play from the corner. And yeah, give me the underneath, man. 84, don't know who you are, but good play as it gets us close. Yeah, flip this, bring the bunch to the left. 3rd and goal for Baylor. Robinson, I'm looking your way. Maybe Hilton as well. As we roll out. Actually, we got him late and not enough time to try to loft it. Coach, though, is keeping the offense out there. 4th and goal. We are so close to that end zone. We swing it out to the fullback, and he was the best option there. Kansas wraps him up as he takes about a year to spin around. That's another missed opportunity. Defense, though, they get the safety. 8-10, and right now, whoever that defensive player is outscoring PK. So we got to fix that. That was a great play and one that I expected to be picked off. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Thomas Boyce injured on the play as well for Baylor. PK just managing to get that ball in before the defender hits home. I got to take away the play action here. That's going to take too much time. And we don't have the time for that as we barely get it out to West. It's caught just in front of the 20-yard line. See if we can get one more snap off here. As everyone gets reset. Indeed we do. Dodds for about 2 yards there as we hit the 2-minute break. 19 yards away from the end zone, looking to take our first lead of the game. Hilton cross him, doesn't matter because we just got speared on the release. Need a little bit more protection here, line. And I don't have the function to try to force some better blocking. As PK does leak out, looks to cut back left. Manuai provided a little bit of a block there. Now, if we were 20 overall higher in the speed category, we might be talking touchdown. I'm going to hand that one off. We might have actually had the swing pass on that left side, or bubble screen, I should say. Timeout called. Jayhawks trying to hold on to a little bit of some time here to answer. See, I would want to call runs here, but the runs have just typically been so bad. Give me some level concepts. And a one-on-one from Manuai inside the end zone. Got to move, PK. Get off of your running back. One-on-ones. We don't learn, do we? Looked like Robinson was breaking wide open somehow. Gets covered. That was a high pass, too. Didn't look too high. And I feel like we need a name change for this. Instead of Road to Glory, call it Road to Turnovers. That was just a forced throw. Linebacker paused there for a moment. I didn't throw it backside like I should have. We got, once again, a D+ grade, so that's great. Got to try to lead a comeback here to get back on the teammates' good side as we trail by 9 points. The turnovers there definitely not helping in that regard. Hill with some space here, actually utilizes the space well. Once again, 3 turnovers, 200 yards, and we still got about a quarter and a half to play. Give me the drag. No, I want to drag. No, can you do the things I want you to do? There we go. Basically create my own mesh concept here. First down here to Brown. What was meant to be a quick was not so much. Tomato Nader, hello, how you doing? Again, got to apologize for the black screens and all the turnovers today. Just seems to be one of those days. Throwing in a one-on-one, it's not picked that time, and I will take it. That's a good play for us over the middle. Let's give the ball to the running back here. Hill. Good run. Good run. Didn't click on the right play. But honestly, I like the look. Looking at Coward and West. They don't get the release I'm looking for, but what I am looking for is all this space down the middle. PK sliding down at the 22. Might have been able to push that an extra couple yards, but I don't trust him to not fumble it, so we're just going to look to get rid of it. I'll take it. I thought A was going to be Coward there. If you're going to learn anything from today's stream, it's know what numbers or what letters, buttons are the player that you're actually looking to go to in a hurry-up situation. As PK again scrambling out, he gets about 8. Not given the first down. Rightfully so. Should mark. Real quickly here. Brown, you gotta hold on to that. Now, if I was coach, I would be sending out the field goal unit. I personally would love for us to go for it there, but I would understand a coach saying no. Tomato Nader, you're playing with Miami of Ohio in your road to glory. Are you a quarterback? Because I need to know if all quarterbacks are struggling as much as me in this, or if it's just me. We got to get this ball into the end zone. Throwing up. Man-wise, he could have got to that. That wasn't a bad throw at all. PK even saw quickly, was showing him, hey, if you just turn a little bit, make the play. We're going to have to scramble out again here. First down, scrambling for PK. Trying to do as much as we can right now. We're down by 6. We still got a lot of game in front of us. And that play's dead. But I can't throw that away because we get penalized every time. So it's got to make do with what we've got. Scrambling forward here. We were not. It's not a fumble. We were down. And I know the game's not going to call a review of that. But PK was down. That's going to be the 3rd time that's happened to us this season. Can we get a replay? Yeah, see, there's not even a way to review it ourselves or even go into replay. Tomato, now you're playing halfback. You did play quarterback for a little bit, and it sucked. Yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing right now. Forcing turnovers, making us fumble when we aren't fumbling. This is why I don't typically play too much Road to Glory. I wanted to, try out what it looked like here. I think next time we do come back to Road to Glory, it will probably be as a running back. As we do scramble forward that time, holding on now. Badgett is injured, and he's been the guy wrecking us, but we are once again trailing by 9 in the 4th. Come on, Brown. We need a little bit more from our team. And I need a little bit less of EA's involvement. Yeah, that play's not going to work either. I've never seen screen games work so little. Not saying that they always work 100% of the time by any means, but typically, not as bad as this. We should have passed that ball. I think PK's scared to throw it right now. He's definitely in his head. Good job from the defense, but we've got to find a way to get this ball into the end zone quickly because we need that ball back. We are down 2 possessions here against a team we should be beating. There we go. Brown gets open. He's going to have it by the 50 and shoved out Oppo 45 as Thomas Boyce gives us a bit of a timeout here for injury. That was a good play for us. We need these crossing patterns. It seems to be the only thing really getting anybody open consistently. And I need some time to let a route develop too. Especially when we find ourselves down in these games. Got to keep my running back in. Step up, get what we can get. Setting up a 3rd and 4 here for PK and the Baylor Bears. Quick throw, finding Brown. Would have been a first down. He didn't hold on to it. Actually, just go ahead and go out on the route. Open things up a little bit for me. And PK gets scrunched, having to step up. They covered everyone well there. It was the only option. It looks like yet again we are going to struggle to find our way back. Defense is trying to hold on here for us. They're getting stops. The offense, I mean, the right tackle just shadow blocked, and by shadow blocked, shadowed. He didn't even block the defender who just had a straight shot to PK. There we go. At least get Hill out of the backfield. They struggle to get out there. Boyce, by all means, take your back spasms to the sideline. No, that's no disrespect to back spasms. I get those too. They are painful. But right now we need someone out here who can block for us. We need someone who can open this play up. And it's just not happening. That's normally a play I get to open up more times than not. I'm going to have to try it again, though, with the play calls we had available to us. There we go. Manu Y holds on. Got to go with some more hurry up. We don't have enough time in this game to not go hurry up. Again, step up, get what we can get. And PK's having to leave the field right there. I mean, he's putting his body on the line, and he just got injured. And once again, we're not going to be able to finish a game. Tomato Nader EA account, I'm not exactly sure what it does. I think you have to have one. You play Madden or something. I think it's a way for them to like track crash reports or something like that, but I don't know for sure. So by all means, we Google that because I don't want to tell you the wrong answer. But I feel like we should be playing sad music only right now. Level up. I don't know how. Once again, we're going to take a dip there. Coach Truss goes down. I mean, PK's doing literally all he can out here. Oh, I forgot to put my cam back on. There we go. I mean, yeah, PK's doing literally all he possibly can. And he's just getting absolutely wrecked. This does remind me a lot of the Bronson Moreau series and kind of why it may be ended prematurely. We did win a Super Bowl, so by no means are we done here. But there is definitely an aspect, I feel like, to... Now, we are playing all Madden. Obviously, that would have an effect on things. But I don't want to take it down to all pro because I tried that... Or all Madden, Heisman. I tried that in that Bronson Moreau series, and it just became way too easy. We did end up kind of like bouncing around, and we had a coin flip for each game if it was going to be all Madden or if it was going to be all pro. Just to give us, you know, something where you could actually do something and feel like it had an effect on the game. Because right now, it very much feels like everything is going to be set against you. And again, in some ways, I like that. I want it to be a challenge. I don't just want to come out here and walk over everyone. As a 2-star quarterback, there needs to be that development. But some of this, I feel, is just more forced than actual bad reads. Some are definitely bad reads, and I call those out. But yeah, after this game has been out for so long, I feel like I could have got away from that one. And I'm including the NCAA games with that. And I feel like NCAA didn't have this kind of problem. Like, your play, as we just keep taking sacks here, your play was truly your play. It wasn't like what we've seen here that it kind of seems to be forcing some mistakes. Tomato Dinner, you play without wear and tear on. Actually, no, I don't. I've turned that off in the past. With the Kent State dynasty we have going, I felt like we got it into a good spot, so I haven't turned it off. I still like having that wear and tear aspect to it. But in this, and again, I don't know if it's all the wear and tear or if it is just EA being EA. And I'm sure a lot of you understand what I mean by that, where it seems like a lot of the time it just forces mistakes where there really aren't any. And we're not going to be able to study this week. It's a good thing we studied up a good bit earlier, because we had to use all of our recovery or all of our points to recover. Yeah, I feel like there's just an input there where it just forces a little bit of extra errors in play or overcompensates the defense. Have you guys ever played a game with someone where you set yourself on like Heisman mode and they were set on freshman mode? That's almost what this feels like in a way. And I don't want to seem like I'm just complaining about everything, because I am having fun. I hope you are too. But just, I don't know. There's a weirdness to it. It doesn't play like Dynasty. And I definitely love the way Dynasty plays. But with that being said, we still have some games we got to win. And we got a rivalry game at home against the Horned Frogs. So let's head on in. And this time, truly, we're going to hope to not have a turnover this game. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. And that is the game plan here. We got the fans wearing the gold too in the bottom row, or at least over on the left side. Right side, they just wore whatever they wanted. They didn't get the memo. We're rocking the gold in this game, because we need all the kind of momentum we can get. Have I ever played All Pro Football 2K8? Very underrated football game. I don't know if I played 2K8. I know I was playing the Madden 07 with Vic. I don't remember if I played 2K8. Was that the one that had the helmet mode? Because if so, then yes, I played that one a long time ago. A really, really long time ago. I'm going to pause up that music. We're going to head on in here. TCU does not score their opening drive. They do give us some short throws. We just got to dial in here. We're gonna take some more sacks and try to avoid the split mindset of I need to stay healthy. I need to avoid these hits, so I'm going to throw the ball. Instead, we're going to eat some plays, and maybe that'll end up actually being better for us in the long run. As we roll right, we're just going to eat that. Get as close back to the line of scrimmage as we could. But throwing there would have been a mistake, and when we've done that, it's somehow always been interceptions or turnovers. We get West, though, and he's got some space. We're plus side. We might have just had a blank screen pop up there again. Apologies for that if you're joining after I've already covered that. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if it's graphics card or a failing HDMI cord or what it is, but for some reason we've been dropping some frames as we throw that one fully away. They say we're outside the box. I'm not too sure if we were, but close enough. 2nd and 5 as we got motion left. All the way across. Hilton with the snag. Tight coverage there, but we put it out in front. And why on 3rd and 6? Is this what you're offering me? No. We're going to still not get good options. All right. Now the coach is working against me now. At least we got an RPO here. Throw it out right side. Come on, Hilton. Why did you run inside? Stay to the outside where you got the room. At the 38, not sure that that's going to be field goal range for us. And indeed, it's not. Good news, though, again, defense comes through. So neither team scoring on their opening drives. So TCU, they're both of their drives so far. Dumping this one off to the fullback. He's going to pick up 6. Not sure if Baylor actually has a true fullback, though. It's not an offense I would imagine would. If anything, I would think backup tight end or a running back. We do get a decent block there. 49 comes down, but we still get that first down. Good job, Dodds. Not a whole lot to take advantage of here, though, except for that blitz. You know, we're getting the senior involved a lot here in Brown. He's been a solid player out there, but he also fits into how I like to call my offenses. And that's a lot of mesh concepts. PK, though, he's going to take this one himself, sliding down near midfield. Again, I would love to be able to run this smoothly. Line, please give me time to let Manuai cross. We got the run out over on the left-hand side as well. Late play action. On the move. Manuai, that one drops in beautifully. We're down to the 26. Every now and then, we know that it's the flash of potential. We got to get the ball into the end zone. We've struggled way too much inside the red zone. We roll right side. Great play by Garcia. There's no mistake for that one. Said it at the beginning. We're going to start to take some sacks. I saw those guys step down towards me, and I'm like, we got an easy throw here. But Garcia baited us. And we go down a touchdown. I don't even... Have we thrown more than 2 touchdowns so far today? I'm not even sure we've hit 2 touchdowns. And that screen pass goes off the face of Hill. Man, anyone who's checking out the channel for the first time in this stream, they're probably like, this guy doesn't even know how to play. Great grab or not. I think they're going to say the hands touched in the white before the feet dragged in the green. But if you think I don't know how to play, check out the Kent State series. You'll see we don't throw anywhere near as many turnovers. At least that lady there still believes in PK. He might have paid her. I don't know what with, because his NIL is nothing. Maybe they share the same math class. I don't know. It's 2nd and 8 here for PK and Baylor. A little bit of some hurry up as they send a stunt up front, and we had a 50-50 shot on what receiver was going to cross. And we chose the wrong one. Seemingly like we've done all day today. Rough, rough, rough. I feel like last time we were throwing a lot of picks, but they were just, EA picks. Today, I feel like we were just making a lot of bad decisions mixed with EA picks. So that is on me here, but we still got some games to try to win. Get bowl eligible. PK is going to keep that one. Call him play action. Hilton, he got the release there. And it's going to drop in the bucket. See, this is the back and forth we get with PK. He's throwing some of these interceptions that we've had today, and then he throws a pass like that. And, it just gives you hope that maybe we've turned that corner. We go into the second quarter. And we are set up just outside the 10. A whole lot of congestion over the middle and some brick for hands out there at receiver. Technically, fullback, running back, whatever it is that he plays. And there's immediate rush right through about 2 different blockers. Terrific work there from the DT, though. As a former D lineman myself, gotta love it. One-on-one towards the back corner, and it's tipped away. 4th and 15. Looks like we will settle. But we at least get some points on the board this drive. Mine did change up PK's visor. Maybe that's the problem. We didn't even get the field goal. Instead, TCU tacks on their own field goal. We're down 13. A little hard count action in there. As we're just going to look to step up. Definitely told PK to slide. EA said no. We all saw the hesitation there. I feel like we're going to be running hurry up throughout the rest of today. Just got to get something moving here. We find Manuai. He's got 2. Technically, if you run a spread scheme, it's meant to be a little bit more of a hurry up style. And every time you do gain some yards, you go hurry up. That's kind of the whole emphasis of it. So perhaps we need to focus in on that emphasis. TCU is really stacking the box here. Let's get Hill. No, that's Dodds actually to the outside. Popping off a gain of 18 and forced out at the 32 with that forward progress. We'll let both sides make their rotations as needed, though. Looks like everyone's right back out there, so all good news. As we find Coward on the drag. He's out of the 26. We approach 3.5 minutes to play here in the first half of your ball game. ECU is up. Baylor is down. Gotta at least find 3 yards here. I think we also just need to abandon all sort of play action. With the line we have, I feel like that's the case. I can't even say necessarily with the line we have, but with the blocking that is presented to us, we need to abandon that. And it did end up opening up. We're going to hit Brown. Might have been able to get a bigger gain if we hit that earlier. Just with how we've been baited in this game, there is some hesitation to say the least. And we shorten that route. Yes, we can. Shorten that up a little bit. A little pump action over the middle. Manuai, first down here for us. That's all we need. Now we need the end zone because there are no more first downs. Loco, welcome in. I'm glad you've missed everything up to this point because it's been bad. That's a good example of it. Definitely thought I was holding down the button and let me do moves in the backfield. Maybe that's a crossover from Madden and not actually in college football. I was looking to spin out the corner there. Not throw crossbody directly to a TCU player. Good news, defense gets a stop. Now we just have 118 to work the ball back down to where we were. What a day. And we'll throw that one into the turf. EK, come on. We gotta get this team moving. West, pick up a gain of 7. Approaching a minute to play here in the first half. Got to move quickly. Gonna be back-to-back West. West can't hold on. Coach is going to pull us off the field. 4th and 3 at the 48. Again, part of it I understand, right? Because we haven't done well in short down and distance all season long. And a chuck up here to Manuai. Surprised that wasn't intercepted and returned for a touchdown somehow. But we're just going to wreck PK's percentage. Not that it's necessarily at any sort of a good spot anyway. We got Manuai. It's too tall. We go to the second half here. Still needing to pick up 2 more wins on the season, and we trail 13-0 into the half. Good news is we start with possession. Something to try to build on at least. There we go. Good job, Hilton. Again, we go hurry up. Looks like probably cover 3. Don't have audibles anyway, so I can't change it. A little bit more play action. Work him open. That guy dropped, or we threw it a lot lower than I thought that route should have gone. Good news, though, it's not picked. You know, that's just what we gotta bank on. It's the good news, not picked. And just throw that one down. We still take the hit. We weren't getting the first down there anyway. Not the start to the half we were looking for. I do wonder, and we will try it at some point, starting as maybe a 5-star quarterback. Obviously, the ratings are going to be higher for us. But just seeing if there is any other difference to the gameplay as we drop that one in beautifully. That's what I'm talking about every now and then. As we got a different girl holding up a Kanoa sign. I tried to go hurry up there, so we missed it. TCU ends up calling the timeout. But I do wonder if that 5-star would maybe, if there is a difference in gameplay. We'll go with the little screen route out here to Manuai. Hard to throw a pick when there's no one standing within 10 yards or so of him. Though I'm sure PK would find a way. It's 2nd and 6. And they just did a terrific job in coverage. PK fights back to the line, but they're still going to say he loses 2. Or loses 1. It's 3rd and 7 then. Well, hard count action, no one offers. And somehow 42 works his way around the guard, wraps around, and still takes down PK before he could escape the pocket. We do work it down into field goal range. This time they do hit the field goal, so they are 1 of 2 on the day, and we are at least on the board. Those still trailing by 10. The 242 passing yards, you would imagine you would have something more to show for it here. As PK rolls over the down Horned Frog for the first down. That we will take. See if we could set everyone to go deep downfield and maybe drop this one off underneath Dodds. Well, he drops it, that's for sure. And coaches say, just hand the ball off. Stop passing the ball. That's funny, coach. I agree. Let's hand this ball off here. 2nd and 10. PK's thrown a lot. Okay, decent wiggle there. At least got to open space. These calls are awful. We would definitely be running this offense a whole lot differently if we were fully in charge. As PK just has to take what he can get. That's going to be a first down at least. They go hurry up at the 43. Need a big second half here. And again, PK is just going to have to try to leak out. The press coverage there on Brown, the slot receiver, drove him behind the line of scrimmage. How is any quarterback expected to make something happen if his receivers are getting bullied like that? Well, should have thrown to Manuai earlier. Can't complain. We couldn't get it to him there late. Should have made that throw earlier. We got 3rd and 6. They're stacking the strong side. Brown drops another. At least it's not just PK who's collapsed during this big stretch of games. Defense, though, all praise to them. Defense wins championships. Saying is there for a reason. And again, we're just going to have to step up here. Route concepts didn't open on the outside. We'll get what we could get. Sometimes we'll throw a fit. Slight change to that phrase. Brown gets an absolute hospital ball. Unfortunately, the black screen couldn't save you all from seeing that, but that one he holds on to. And a risky throw there. Hill does not hold on. Good flow from the linebacker. And I don't want to say we've necessarily faced really good defenses rather than just the atypical weirdness that you see in these type of game modes. Brown gain of 2 there. But the defenses have played extremely well. That, I feel like, is a good statement. 3rd and 8. To take away the drive on the deep end, too. We're working with what we're being given. Right now, the defense is saying we're giving you all the opportunities to win games, and that they are. Once again, nothing for TCU. We start plus side. And PK, he just doesn't feel like he could throw a lot of these passes, it seems like, because he's not. More so letting them just open up some potential running lanes, it seems. This time, though, he does throw. It's Hill out of the backfield. We might finally have a touchdown. We've been waiting oh so long for that one. It's the dump off for the touchdown, and that lady is so glad she brought her Kanoa sign. Because it's a passing touchdown to Tyreek Hill. Not to be confused with Tyreek Hill. No relation, as far as I'm aware. If I'm wrong, though, let me know. Because that would be something. And in which case, I feel like I need to bash 25 a little bit here because he's not making anywhere close to as plays as some others in his family. Good route there from West. Unfortunately, he left his hands behind him with the defender. 2nd and 10 then, rather than 1st and 10, 10 yards down the field. We'll dump off over the middle. That's going to find Hilton. I don't believe he's related to the NFL Hilton, am I right? If you have that information, please do share. 3rd and 5. And PK, he's going to step up here, and a 1st down for the Bears. Trailing by 10, though. Defense that time couldn't hold on after we got the touchdown. Rightfully so. 4:22 to go, and trailing 20-10. That's just a miss. That's not EA being weird. That is just a miss. And an actual true interception. We've thrown many here today. That wasn't a bad read. It wasn't some EA-ness. That was just a bad throw from PK. Unfortunately, all types of interceptions are the same. In terms of coach trust, the effect on the field, stats, all of it, it's all the same. See if Manuai can make a play. Not when you get speared in the back. Everyone's favorite animation. At some point, you just got to take some shots, try to make something happen here. Flag down, that's great because we're still getting sacked. I've heard many offensive line coaches say this. If you're going to hold, don't give up the sack or the tackle for loss. Fortunately, that time, our line did both. 2nd and 20 for us. A little hard count there from PK. As he launches this one, that safety is going to drop. At least he dropped it, though. I feel like I'm definitely throwing some of these like PK has a stronger arm. That's just simply not the case. As we roll out here, PK going to have to try to do what PK can try to do. Makes it a 4th and 5, though, at the 25. It's not going to be a punt. If we have any chance getting back into this game, we got to convert right here. Just give me some extra blocking, Hill. There we go. West gets open, and he holds on to it. Baylor's not done yet, but West puts his body on the line there. As I believe he's holding that forearm right where the shoulder of TCU's defender met him. Hopefully he's able to bounce back in, but right now Coward will step in as we still got to find a touchdown, perhaps an onside, and a field goal to tie. We get Hilton on the drag. That's a 1st down as he runs out of bounds at the 48, or apparently not. An ankle bone may be dragged inside the field of play, so no stoppage of the clock. Brown towards the sideline. I mean, he held on to the ball until after he was out of bounds. Those are still awful play calls. I guess we're going to run it to half or run it to the 2-minute break. Give it to Dodds as he runs straight into the guard, finally bounces it. Inefficient running, to say the least. We might actually be able to get a snap off in time. I just chose a random play because I didn't think we would. Get it to Coward, and he's going to be close. It looks like it's going to be short, though. 4th and inches. Indeed it is. Give me the mesh. Mesh all day. I wish I had meshes every single time I went to the play call menu. No hard count, so it's not going to be free. We all know we like free first downs around here. We get it with Brown at the least. But now we got to work in overtime because we've got some plays that got to be made. 31 yards away from the end zone. Trailing by 10. Inside a minute 45. And you know what? We're just going to dump this one. Maybe get out of bounds. That would have been cool instead of running back to the inside. Instead, back to some more hurry up here. They get that quick pressure. PK at least able to get that one out. He took a big hit to the chin on that one. It's 3rd and 7. They've gone for it on a couple 4th downs. Might have to do it again. PK just, again, chucks that one away. He wasn't going to gain any yardage, so might as well stop the clock. Now, it looks like they're actually going to go for the field goal here. And they don't get the onside recovery. TCU gets the win. And that's really narrowing down our chances of making a bowl game here and potentially even continuing on as a starting quarterback. We at least finished with a C- grade there. So I'm not sure that's a good thing. We get that music back rolling. Something to try to pick up the spirits around here. Yeah, that trust drops a little bit. Coach still not ecstatic. And I'm not... Interceptions, I know. Where are we sitting at here with the stats? We came in with 14 touchdowns. We've thrown 3 touchdowns today and 14 interceptions. 3 to 14 is what we've done today. Again, not all of them are a true PK. Some were really bad reads on my part, and some is EA interceptions. That leaves us with 2 games left. And we need 2 wins to become bowl eligible. And these are both now top 25 matchups. We got to lock in. Pretty sure I've said that before every game, but we've got to lock in it. As it stands right now, Baylor might be thinking of bringing in some other quarterbacks in the offseason. Maybe we're on the move again. I'm not sure what the future has in store, but we got to do a whole lot better here. Got to find some just how the game mode works, simply. And make sure we're doing something with that. Now, we are moving on into hour number 2 here. We're still going to look to get through the entirety, the rest of this regular season, and hopefully have a bowl game to start us off next time. I would like to get a gold here. That would be nice. A little bit of a morale boost perhaps for PK. We got a silver last time. We just took a lot of sacks. I'm pretty sure I was on a rant, though, during that last one. Do get the inner ring there. Have a bronze. Close, and we do get the bullseye there. Not going to get the bullseye on that one. Close inner ring. We do have a silver, by the way. And just narrowly avoid that sack. And we've got gold. A really good one this time. Good sign, perhaps, before we head into Oklahoma State. And an inner ring there. Maybe get us one more opportunity. And we clip the outer ring on that one. Not exactly the best to throw to end, but about 52,000 points on that. Again, I wish it would give us more than just plus 300 there for the coach happiness, but beggars can't be choosers, and right now we're begging for something big here from PK. as we're just sitting around that neutral. I think that's the problem. You know, PK in practice, he's showing up. He's making the plays, right? He's looking good. But then on the field, it's like things are just so chaotic. Gonna have to give me one study session here. And then probably the rest into healing. Might be able to split, yeah. We'll be able to split at least. Give me one more? I could have sworn we had... I think it switched to 2 there on me with that last one. Well, we're close to the scraping by. We still have a couple weeks. The last time we didn't end up having an exam at all. So, it is what it is. But we've got another ball game here. And place your bets. How many interceptions? This time, maybe if we go into it expecting the interceptions and the turnovers, maybe we finally won't have that. I'm going to play reverse psychology here on a video game. We're on the road. I think we're at home. We finish on the road against BYU. 2 top 25 matchups to end the season with bowl game eligibility on the line. A loss and we are out of bowl games. And probably finishing, if not the worst team, one of the worst teams here in the Big 12. Probably one of the worst teams in the Power 4. And potentially worse than a good chunk of even the group of 6s. This has got to be the game PK shows up. He takes the field with a blank scoreboard. 7:50 is where we start our drive inside the first quarter, and we are starting inside the 35-plus side. It was short field. Once again, shout out to the defense as PK again will step up here. It's an awkward bit of contact. Looks like he's okay. Gonna bounce right back up. Give me a wheel route, please. I extend this downfield a little bit. Backside throw for the first down, Brown. A little RPO drawn up this time. We really have not been running the ball almost at all. And we're still not gonna. We hit the pass outside to Manuai. I was checking text there. Went quiet. A second and goal then. Really don't like this look because we don't have a read key. Oh, good cut back inside for PK. That's the start we've been waiting for. Against Oklahoma State, it's a touchdown for Baylor. Taking on, they were prior to last week at ranked 18. I don't see a ranking for them on the score bug. Or no, they were 25. And then BYU was 18. They might have dropped outside the top 25. Or the score bug just doesn't show it. Either way, they still played a lot better than we have this year. And look at that. We just threw it away. The only damage done there is completion percentage. We didn't lose yards. We didn't throw a pick. We didn't take a hit. Should do that more often. I was trying to pump fake that one because the angle route or Texas route, depending on who you are, where you grew up, that was breaking wide open. 3rd and 10. They rush 4 and get some quick rush on it. We get it to West. 4th and 4, and they're going to take us off the field. Definitely, it's not Coach Ty or Coach Barrington as the head coach for us here. Good stop again from the defense. We are starting at the 4. They forced another turnover. And we're going to hand this one off Dodds. Going to be about a loss of a yard on the play. Give credit, though, to Oklahoma State. They covered that RPO well. We may have Brown. No, we don't. We're going to roll out right side, though, and PK's going to run in another. 2 rushing touchdowns today for Pilipo Kanoa. And his lady's still here. There's rumors now that is his girlfriend. You know, the last one didn't end too well in high school. Started to see a lady named Mackenzie when he was at the Rainbow Warriors. He ended up getting in trouble because apparently Mackenzie gave him a cheat sheet from Quizlet to study. Though he hasn't talked to anyone since. Now he's talking to someone here in Wacky Waco. And he's off to a great start. 14-0, though Eugene Hilton Jr. a little bit banged up on the play. And he's had a little bit of an up and down day, but honestly, we all have. 1st and 10. Hopefully Hilton is able to rejoin the field. Robinson will come in right side to spell him out. Brown going to go in motion. A little bit of some play action. And Pilipo, he's on the move again. Close, but not quite close enough. They mark it a 2nd and inches. Looked a little bit slow to get up there, but he does manage it. Give me a full slide here. I would like to roll this play out to the right-hand side. And again, Kanoa coughs that one up. Are you kidding me? You guys, it just bounced. I'm fine with a fumble there. He shouldn't have ran. We shouldn't have ran him after he was slow to get up. But that ball literally bounced up off the ground straight to the hands of the defender there, and he didn't even realize it for a moment. And I'm not even going to try to say that name on YouTube. The first mistake here for Pilipo, and it's going to result in a touchdown the other way. 14-7 now. Oklahoma State gets on the board. It starts right back to the play action, and can't quite say if that was meant to be a pass or really just a throwaway there from PK. He still takes the hit, but it's not a turnover at least. Dodds with a direct snap takes the carry, gain of 5. I would love for a more stable running situation here for PK, but it's just not been there most of the time. Got to pick up 5 here. Yeah, he threw that one inside to Robinson under pressure. Got to be lucky it's not picked, tipped away, and that's a quick drive for the Bears coming off the Oklahoma State touchdown in which they quickly find 3 more. A 4-point ball game, and things have kind of turned here early on in the second quarter. Started with a halfback screen here to Dodds. He'll pick up a gain of 6. I need some more short throws. I know we've said it a lot. I would like to focus more on the short, quick throws, but I can only work with what the coach gives us. And a lot of these have not been short throws. A medium throw here is going to work out for West as he trucks the air, passing the 45-yard line. We won't give him too much hard time for that. It's a big gain for Baylor. They go plus side. The 44. And throwing over the blitz, it's Brown spinning close to, but not enough for the first down. Even the refs at home do not favor the home team. Give me the double there. Actually, no, I changed that. I want the mic. You know what? Sure. EA clearly doesn't want me to mark this as I want it. PK is going to run this one forward and get the first down for us. I wanted the linebacker backside to be the man, the Mike, and then the DT in between the guard and the center there to be our double. Get this one out here to Dodds as he breaks the tackle. Gain of 9. Putting in some good work there via a quick dump off. They're playing backed up here on the right-hand side. Does mark for a good quick screen, or perhaps the defensive tackle continues to make plays. We lose 2 yards there on that screen. I'm not going to throw that quick out, so how about we get a clear out? And Brown holds on. That one was close. Hydinsky? I didn't quite read that name, but the linebacker there nearly ripped that one away. We know where the turnovers have come. Oftentimes it's been close to the end zone. Dodds somehow able to reel that one in, pass a little bit high. As PK was stepping up in the pocket, ended up stepping right up to where the rush was. So good thing he was able to get the pass out. 2nd and 5. Quick fire over the middle is to West. First down as Josh Paulding injured. That is a new man up front for us to go down with an injury. Not typically a name I've called. You know what? Sure. Let's go with the long, drawn-out setup here. See if Manuai can maybe leak open that backside, or we're just going to flood the right side. And doesn't quite end up leaking open. We roll towards the sideline. I wanted that throw up the sideline, not back inside. Robinson, though, should have caught that. If it was Hilton, maybe it would have been the case. And PK keeps. He shouldn't have. Bad read. Short loss, and now you got a 3rd and goal from outside the 10. Give me a slant from Manuai. Little pump fake action on the move. And yeah, PK had to double clutch that one. I wanted Manuai, but I've learned my lesson. This game, you throw that, even if it's high, it's a pick, and it's probably a pick 6. So we look to settle. We take that field goal, and we open up that score a little bit more, 17-10. What's my matchup over here? It's not good. Yeah, doesn't look like Robinson is a great receiver. And I don't like the option that we got there. We're going to throw it away, not get flagged for it. Honestly, I might just be more surprised than you are with that. Again, I don't think we're outside the tackle box. Nor was there any receiver remotely in the area. Do have a wide open target. West to the left side. He's going to pick up 8. And a 3rd and 2. As we approach the 2-minute break. Come on, Brown. Get there, Brown. Yes. Holding, though, once again. Shaken up. He'll make his way to the sideline. Stopping the clock. It's essentially a free timeout for us. Feels a little cheaty. Wanted me a drag there from West. And that'll clear out the middle then. As we scramble forward right into the referee goes PK. That is something that might be investigated later. Seems like that was him trying to say something to the referee. Give me a slant from West underneath. Look to roll out to the right-hand side here. PK looking to step up and slowly working his way to the sideline. He looks gassed after that one. Let's try to give him a little bit more of a breather on this one, too. 2nd and 3 inside, 2 to play. And a screen to the left side. Dodds does not use his blocking properly, only managing a couple yards on a play that should have been an easy 1st down. Potentially a threat at the end zone. Just run to the end zone here. No, just run to the end zone. You can beat the lineman. Thank you very much. We know how to read around here. It's been rough today, but we find ourselves back up 2 scores in a must-win game. Luke Brown. I was wrong earlier. I think I said Steven or Steve Brown or Stephen. It's Luke for the touchdown. I feel like we could breathe a little bit there. We do get the ball back here before the end of the half as well. But with a 92-yard field in front of us, let's just don't do anything weird here. Let's take some simplicity. If someone wants to break something off, by all means. But we're going to play easy up 14. Probably would be a good time to call some run plays. Obviously, we've not. We'll get the 1st down. Why did you try to run back behind the line to gain? West might also be under investigation after this one. You just give me a quick stop. No, I don't know if we have that. That's what I'm looking for. Just something quick. You're going to stand 10 yards back. We'll take a gain of 3 quickly on you. The same thing out to the right-hand side as well. This time with some blockers out that way. Manuai. Now we're going to call a timeout, 16 seconds. I didn't like the play calls. Trying to see if we could have maybe baited down the defense, but it doesn't look like it. Once again, just look for a little quick stop here. Let that clock roll, and we'll head on in through halftime with a 14-0 lead. I don't know the last time we've done that. A little bit of wear and tear for us after that first half. Right leg seemed to be a little sore. But honestly, it's been much worse. Hilton, obviously, back in this game. He was a bit banged up in that first half. Brown with a quick hitter. Gain of 3. Now, I would love to chew clock here. I see that as I call a hurry up. But I would love to have the ability, at least, to chew some clock. But we don't even have that ability. Can't change play calls, no audibles. That draw doesn't go really anywhere. Because, like, I would love to run the mid-screen right here. But I can't select it because I don't have a way of changing it if the look isn't good. Rutherford McCullen Benson, how you doing, bud? Sorry for the pause on the name. The text is just so small on my screen, it's hard to read. Obviously, I'm sure you could tell, slightly stubborn by the fact that I've made the same mistake over and over in this video, but also not doing the zoom because I like to keep the screen 100%. As Dodds takes the carry here. Trying to get the run game at least a little bit more involved in this one. I feel like we've done a better job. We also haven't been trailing massively, but that definitely helps us out. And we're going to get smacked. So the acceleration, definitely slow. I think that might be due to that right leg. Do not give me play action on this one. Oh, we had Hilton, but not enough time to throw. Yeah, Rutherford, are you playing a Dynasty or are you playing a Road to Glory? And if you've played a Road to Glory, as I believe Oklahoma State, yeah, they did just score a touchdown. Rutherford, if you've played Dynasty or Road to Glory, my bad, and have played quarterback, have you noticed forced turnovers where there really shouldn't be them? That's the question of today. As we dial in here, 5.5 minutes in the third, we are up a touchdown. We'd like another strong drive here. Now, we didn't throw that one to the outside because the corner on the outside started to come crashing in. And I don't need to be throwing any more picks. As we saw today, 3 passing touchdowns to 14 interceptions. Just not good. I don't trust that throw either. PK, 4th and 1. Tried to stretch out there. Oh, you are playing Dynasty? Who's your team in Dynasty? And defense just manages to hold there. Looked like Oklahoma State was driving. We get the ball back, still holding on to that touchdown lead. And there's a lot of lanes there. Tyreek Hill not doing a whole lot with it. Not to be, again, confused with Tyreek Hill. And no blocking from the right tackle. BK crushed in the backfield. And sets up a 3rd and even longer. Oh, you're playing with Bama. Okay. I've never used Bama in any Dynasty. I was hoping for a in, not a corner. Could have been worse. Could have ended in a pick there. And after line this defense, and the defense comes through. In fact, I think they forced a turnover. Definitely going to look for the run game here. 100%. Hill. You see all that grass in the middle of the field? Cut and hit it. That's one thing that I'm worried about here with this game in running some sim, because I have had some requests for running a sim-style series. Just seeing how the mechanics, at least in this mode, function, it makes me very worried, especially with the run game. Have any of you guys done a sim Dynasty? Have you experienced that problem? PK couldn't even get an RPO pass out without getting hit. 4th and 7. Feel bad for the defense, quite honestly. We're holding on to that lead. And again, we're starting in real good territory. We're into the 4th quarter as well with a B+ grade. That hasn't happened in probably about 5 to 7 weeks. But we got to get this one back into the end zone. I would like a little bit of some breathing room here in the 4th. We got West. He's got the catch. That sets up a 3rd and medium here. Again, I do like this play call. Didn't work for us earlier. I would love for it to work for us here. Or Hill can take it. I did try to pull it there late. I'm glad it didn't let me do it. Yeah, right. Heisman all the way. Always do Heisman. Even in this series, I'm doing Heisman. Though maybe we shouldn't be. It seems a little broke. Dodds. He's got a gain of 4 on the RPO. You know what? Let's give it to Brown. Although, guy on the outside does have a good bit of leverage. I doubt Dodds is going to get out there to help seal the edge. We might not need it because the linebacker got shoved down. Now, that's not going to count as a passing touchdown for us. I believe that was just a pure handoff. At least it's not showing 4 touchdowns, but it is looking nice. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. 0 interceptions. We did have that fumble earlier, so it's still not a clean game from PK. But it is a 2-score lead here in the 4th. And this is where I would really need the right stick to be able to press down and to select chew clock. I really need that. It's not an option. And it should just automatically be an option if you're up in the 4th quarter, just in general. As we hand this one off, it's Dodd's left side with no space. Just back to the line. 2nd and 10 then. And actually, we're going to do the same thing we did before half here. Just give me that quick stop on the outside. Suck them down even more. Now, PK's actually going to look to scramble out here close to the mark. They're going to give him a 3rd and 1. They are stacking the box. What's my matchup on the outside? Can I hot route you? Even on an RPO? Yes, I can. I love that. And we launch it. It's going to come up a little bit short. Oh, Manuai almost had it. It wouldn't have been good for the run game either way. 4th and 1, not quite field goal range. Defense, though, stands for us. You created Glenn Quagmire and Homer Simpson and Peter Griffin. That's great. What was Peter Griffin? Was he quarterback? I'm trying to remember. This was so long ago in Family Guy, where he actually was on the Patriots. I don't remember if it was quarterback or a running back. I think it was like 5, maybe a minute. I was going to say 5 seconds of an episode. It was probably about a minute of one episode. Lead our receiver here, Brown. Get that ball into the end zone or get tracked down from behind. We got 1st and goal at the 3. Again, I would love an audible here. You know what? Just hard count till someone jumps. Someone's got to jump. There's a lot of movement there. Who's it going to be on? It's Baylor. I'm fine with that. He was running back? Yeah. Quagmire. What would Quagmire and Homer Simpson? Honestly, Homer Simpson to me kind of gives tight end vibes. And Quagmire gives receiver vibes. Who was your quarterback? Was it Homer? Get that in. No! Run the Texas route and we got a touchdown. I did cover this in one of our master classes. The option routes are predetermined in the game. So it already knows based on what the defense lined up in, what option it's going to run. As we loft that one out and we hook up with West. That one will count as the touchdown. Baylor, by all indications, should be leaving this game with a massive, massive win. Quarterback was Quagmire. Okay, I mean, pilot, so in a way, it does translate. Was he a dual threat? You got Quagmire running all over defenses. We still got 1 minute, 3 seconds on the clock here for us to waste. As you look for the check down here, maybe check that pass down a little bit lower. Giving us a heart attack here late. 2nd and 7. A little more play action here. We got a receiver open, but can't get it out cleanly. That stops the clock too. Not what we're looking for with 47 on the clock. That being said, I haven't chose a single run play. So that's partially on me. Get this one to Dodds. Close to the mark. They're going to say 4th and 1. Not even 4th and inches. Peter was the receiver. Okay. You didn't want to make a Peter Griffin as like a triple option fullback, essentially. But that's the dub. We got the win. 38-17 against Oklahoma State, a team who's kind of bounced in and out of the top 25. 5 passing touchdowns, no interceptions. Pilipo Kanoa, first game official with that girlfriend holding up his sign. Maybe she was the key. Maybe she was the key. But that should leave us one more game here today, in which we'll decide if we are not playoff, we're definitely not playoff bound. If we are postseason bound, becoming bowl eligible. And coach is pleased, and we take a big jump there. That is terrific. We're going to have to spend pretty much all of our points again this next week in recovery. And we do unlock some things we already had unlocked, so I'm going to quickly skip through that. It's just more play access and more ability to change out the plays. Though I feel like any time I've done that, it hasn't worked. You made Chris Griffin as the back and recruited him. And Stewie. Stewie gives me slot corner vibes. Leave all of your, anyone watching, leave your input on these. Who do you think belongs in which position? If that's fine with you, Rutherford. If not, if Rutherford says no, don't do it. Because this is Rutherford's dynasty here. But yeah, I try to remember back. I don't think I ever created that many TV characters or anything when I was little, and I say little, when I was young and just creating a bunch of players and filling out rosters. I do feel like I put myself, though, as every position. And I'm pretty sure I even did this on old MLB The Shows, too. But they were all slightly different versions of me. Of course, with 99 on every skill set, though. Because otherwise, you're just not doing yourself justice, right? But that was before I really got into dynasties. Oh, barely. Oh, get back in the circle there, bud. I think that's the longest and furthest we've ever gone out of the circle in any of the drills that we've ran here. That's a good hit. Inner ring, though, they give us. Do get bronze. Come on, there it is. Inner ring. Thought we got a little bit more yellow there than red. That time, though, it is a bullseye. 8K. Outer ring that time, or middle ring. I'll take middle ring. Take Middle Earth, too. Whoa, block it. Come on, clip it there. We've got gold with 2 seconds to spare. And we'll just clip that one as well. 32,700 is where we end it. You think Chris, fullback, and then Stewie was either halfback or middle linebacker or outside linebacker. I guess, I mean, Stewie was always destined for football, right? Football-shaped head. Can't remember what it was. There was one small, probably that time actually was a 5-second clip in Family Guy that showed why Stewie has that shaped head. I don't remember if he was dropped or something. There was something funny that happened. But all this Family Guy talk makes me not want to watch Family Guy, but doesn't make me want to watch, and I wonder if any of you guys have watched it, Seth MacFarlane's Orville, his version of Star Trek, which I still need to finish a good bit of Star Trek. I've watched almost all of Deep Space Nine and everything chronologically before that. And I think I stopped watching Deep Space Nine with like a season and a half, maybe like a season and an episode or two left. But that's enough TV talk. as we've got our final game of the regular season against number 13 BYU. So overall wise, we're a very comparable matchup. And obviously we are well outside the conference championship with all the losses we've suffered, but we have to win this game to become bowl eligible. You love the best chicken fight on Family Guy. The chicken fights were always just perfectly timed. Perfectly timed. But hopefully this last game doesn't turn into a chicken fight, because we would love just a dominant win. And what alternative uniform set can we rock here today? I don't know if we've done the Sailor Bear yet. I know we haven't used the chrome. I think that's a gold chrome. Does it? I feel it goes well with the anthracite. We haven't rocked the anthracite yet. So let's go black sock and just plain black cleat. New look here for us. And before we get out of this game, I need to remember to take a screenshot for the next time. Actually, give me white royal. Well, let's get it. Final game of the regular season. A win for us, and we become bowl eligible. Coming off a big game against Oklahoma State. A multitude of touchdowns for PK. And this is a home game. I didn't even realize it when I was selecting the uniforms there. I 100% thought this was going to be a road game. And this time they actually have the band both on the field and in that little stance. I'm pretty sure I noted that the first time we ran out, unless there's another set. Yeah, no, they actually have it filled. So maybe there was some form of update prior to going live here today that did update some things with the game, and maybe that's why the running game has been slightly better. However, the passing game has been slightly worse. I guess you can't have it both ways. But BYU, they get down the field and they pick up 3. That tells us everything we need to know here as we take the field with a pretty decent starting spot at the 38. We need a field goal at the minimum. And PK is going to scramble forward here, picking up 6. Keep to that mesh spot. Honestly, I call this play so often in the Kent State series. And we're just going to manage to escape there. PK, he's still rumbling, taking the contact as he scoots out at the 40. Back-to-back runs there for PK. And I'm surprised I haven't said PK Subban one time, so I have to squeeze it in there. The 1st and 10. Inside is protected well. There goes PK again. And again, he takes that contact. He's down to the 25. Looks like a man on the mission. And I will say the helmets look completely different out on the field than they did in the uniform selector screen. Nice moves there from Manuai. Unfortunately, BYU's defense is ready. We'll just be back to the line. No gain, no mini gain, no mini loss. It's just pure straight up. We've got a wide open Hilton. And this should be a touchdown for Baylor. There we go. That's the start we need in a game this big. We're looking for the upset against a 9-2 BYU Cougars. And it's the Bears getting the first touchdown. That's a massive one, especially for Eugene Hilton, who has struggled today. But again, who hasn't? PK are really, really rough. I would say 3 games. 2 games, 2.5 games, not too bad. As that screen is, dead in the water. We're going to throw that one away. We'll take a 2nd and 10. BYU, though, stacking the box. I wonder here, if I just send West straight down the field. Instead, we go more with a slant here from Manuai. Don't like it. Okay. Safety came over a lot quicker than I was hoping. Let's settle it down there. Well, I say settle it down. It's 3rd and 10. We still need to kind of push this ball downfield. And you know what? Give me a full slide here up front. I want to make sure that edge guy was taken care of. Yeah, no one got open there. Much better second drive there from the BYU defense. But our defense, they hold. 7-3. Our defense has played so well this year. They deserve this win. It's going to be up to our offense to give them that win. We set up another screen here. Manuai, now he's got some space to get that first down. Isaiah Moon injured on the play. Hopefully he'll find his way back out to the field at some point, but we'll take the first down. And a spread empty look here for Pilipo. Good rush, though, from the DT, but what a wrap-up there from the end. I thought PK was going to leak out, no problem. One paw got on him, and he just got stuck. 2nd and 12. Little delay there, but we do at least still find Coward. Still behind the chains, though. 3rd and 8. You know what? Don't even sit back here and block. Just send yourself on that wheel. Because I'll hit you right up the sideline. There goes Dodds. He's by the 40. Can't shake by the safety who tracks him at the 32. But that's a good field flipper. As we are now in striking range. Got a nice little half slide here. PK, though, he's going to take this one left side. Kanoa will not get there. Coming up about a half yard short. Man, if we got that upgrade to speed, he's in. Why don't I have a quarterback sneak here? Plain and simple. Why is it not here? My man just ran all the way down here. Going to make him run a read. And it's not a good-looking read either, so we're most likely just handing this guy off. And it'll be a touchdown for Hill, extending that Baylor lead, and the crowd going wild here in Wacky Waco. It's 14-3 over ranked BYU Tyreek Hill with that touchdown. Good start. Defense. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. What just happened there? And why did they get 2 drives? The last one resulting in a touchdown. Did we maybe fumble on a punt return? I don't know. Either way, they've got some momentum and they've got some pass rush. That's unfortunate, too, because we had our guy open. But it's 2nd and 10. Yeah, throwing that one away. Means we got to get it done here on 3rd and 10. I don't want all that extra. I mean, that extra probably actually opened up space. I shouldn't have changed that. 3rd and 10. Yeah, it definitely closed down the space. Not that the fullback has done a whole lot for us, given the opportunities we've given him. To the sideline we go in a 4-point ball game. BYU, though, they go nowhere. Shout out defense. Give me the slam here. Get a nice double to the backer. And honestly, I feel like we should be doubling to him. Or no double at all. That's fine, I guess. We'll pick up 5. Another RPO dialed up here for us. And yeah, play was bad. BYU was ready for it. They took away the slant long enough so that we couldn't throw it, and they got the blitz off the right side through. 3rd and 10 again. Pilipo, though, he's got some wheels. Oh, he gets tracked as he actually tries to slide down. The linebacker slides underneath him. I don't even know if that would be penalized in real life or not, as the screen pass gets tipped by the defensive lineman's helmet. 2nd and 10. I want the stop route. I want the drag. West. He was down. 250,000%. He was down. And this is going to be a scoop and score for BYU that's going to give them the lead. And we already know there is no review process. Whatever happens on the field happens on the field. What is called on the field is what it stays. That was not a fumble. Give me another look at this. West. Of course, the black screen shows up now. I don't know if you guys were able to catch that or not, but he was down. And BYU takes the lead. In a game like this, you can't do that to me, EA. That's on you. Play action. And rolling into the defender. Looked like he was trying to roll with the receiver he was looking to throw to. Didn't end up working out. Loss of 5. They send the blitz off that left side. Rolling. They've got Dodds. Well placed, and he's got the sideline. Gets tracked down. What a play, though, from 36 to not give up. What a play from Dodds to make it happen in the first place. And they're going to credit Pilipo Kanoa. No, that one's all Dodds. In fact, it's so much Dodds, we're going to give a running back a carry here. And a nice double. Yep. Mike's correct. Not exactly a double to that Mike linebacker, but we're going to pick up 7. Give me a play action boot since we just ran the ball once in our lives. No. Check that. I was going to check a wheel route in there, but I don't like it. I don't like that either. You know, the mid-screen has opened up a couple times. And we get it on 3rd and 3. Feel like we got the numbers game. We might have thrown that a little early. He couldn't find his way to dip underneath. We'll have to settle then on the field goal. At least, hopefully, yeah, we do hit that, but then BYU gets back down the field. All right, sorry, just had to check a quick message there. 1st and 10. Dodds stretching for the first down. We've got about 2.5 minutes to go here to tie this thing up before the break. Get the blocks. We have blockers out there, but probably could have used one to stay in and provide a little bit more time to throw that one. And PK's not leaking through that. You know, sometimes it's better to step up in the pocket, and sometimes you step up too much and you're going to get dropped anyway. He had an open target, but he couldn't get it out cleanly yet again, so that drive stalls out. BYU will have their own 2-minute drive here. PK is a bit banged up. Again, I would love to see it right here. Well, I'm ready to choose some plays. We do start at least plus side. 1:13 still to go. And we'll go towards the sideline here with Hill. Thank you for getting out of bounds. Looked like you were trying to cut back in. I would have been pretty upset. But a 2nd and 1. As they bring that blitz heavy off the left side, or at least the rush heavy off that side. We'll scoot forward inside the 30. Not going to help out with the wear and tear, but it's going to help us get closer to the end zone. Actually, I would prefer that to be more of a corner. You don't have a corner option. There it is. And then give me a stem. There it is. Yeah, didn't quite open up. The leak backside didn't open up either. Waste some time in the process, too. For 2nd and 12. Back to the screen. And Dodds catches it off of his own tip. Looks to set this up as if it's for a field goal attempt. You know? Draw could work. The mic has to be correct, though. Let's go. Got to get the first down here. We're taking up too much time. And they just didn't want to block at all on that backside. You get a chip block there, and we have an easy first down. Instead, we've got to settle then for the field goal before halftime to make this a 4-point ball game. Got a feel in a way like that's almost two touchdowns, 14 points left on the field there. Well, we did get the field goal, so I guess call it 8 points left on the field. We do get ball, though, to start the half. It's Tyreek Hill. He's got 4. But I feel like the play calling's been a lot better in this one. I feel like we're running a more steady offense. And it's working for us. Yes, Mountain Drive. Hilton is basically just a clear-out guy for Manuai. Well, they take away him. We'll go downfield instead and get Brown. That's going to be a first down plus side for the Baylor Bears. Again, I want to try to force this defense to be honest in this game. So we're going to go hurry up here. Hand this one off. Need to get these guards to the second level quicker. The running game's ever going to really do anything. They're just too slow. We probably got raw strength guards. And they're going to clear the center here for PK to slide down. Tyreek Hill. A bit banged up on the play. Not sure what happened to him. Would have been while he was out on a route. Maybe while he was trying to put down a block. He'll head to the sideline. We've got the 31-yard line. The 1st and 10. With some play action. Dump this one off. Running back 3 gets the catch for 2. Oddly fitting with the number 22. As they bring the blitz. PK is going to look to step up yet again here. Taking that contact. Probably should have slid down there. The medium chance of injury. BYU stacking the line here, and we don't have an audible. Come on, line. Dodds. Close, but no cigar. Second time we haven't gotten it done there on the 4th. Well, we are inside scoring range. We settle on another field goal, and we trail by just 1 now with a short field. I should really check where we are in the field before I select my play. As we throw under pressure that time, it's to Dodds. He's got 3. He's got 5 catches, 104 yards in this game. This is the most he's ever been used. No. And PK sliding right in front of the linebacker. And it's another 3rd and 1. These have not worked in our favor so far. Do have an option to keep this ourselves. We're going to look to throw with the blocks out there. Manuai! You're telling me that's not a touchdown? 75th reception, though, for him on the season, and we are so close to the end zone and not, again, just a quarterback sneak. Let's get the double on the strong side, or actually it's the weak side. Tight ends on the right. Good double to backer. Tyreek Hill, welcome back to the ball game. He gets the touchdown. And the Baylor Bears are back on top. Wouldn't mind going for 2, though. Let's see what Coach has in mind. He also wants to go for 2. That's a smart man. Actually, let's change this up a little bit. I want that in the back corner. But give me A the other way. We hit West, and we take a 7-point lead. PK's girlfriend in the crowd is going crazy. What a turn of events these last couple games for PK. And I would love, again, to be able to downshift here. Defense forcing what looks to be, again, another turnover. As we start at the 36-plus side. Little bubble screen. Good cut back in. First down here for the Baylor Bears. I would honestly start chewing clock right now if I could. Just the way this game has gone. Oh, that's going to be a flag, though. I'm hoping it's on BYU. I thought he was running an in, not a corner, and there is pass interference. We are going to get bailed out on that one. Absolutely a bail job. This time it opens up for us. Should have thrown that to the inside. It instead came in more on the outside. It slowed him down. That's not going to help us get into the end zone. Double there, 236. Leave a one-on-one with a safety. At least that's how it works out on paper perfectly. Driver post. West to the back corner. Might need to shorten that route to make it clean. There we go. A little hard count action. I should have went full backside to Hilton. Rushed it because I saw him open. When I saw him is when the ball should have been there. But hey, we drove down the field, back into range. PK stays healthy. And we are into the fourth quarter with a touchdown lead after BYU drives for a field goal. This is going to be a big drive, though, for the rest of the game. It's a longer field now. And I want to take our time a little bit. So we're going to be sitting a little bit. Can I say a little bit anymore here? We're going to be sitting before some of these snaps since we don't have the option to go with a hurry up. So at this time, if anyone's got some questions, it would be a great opportunity to get those questions in. As we got about 20, at this point, about 15 seconds to run off the clock. PK doing a nice job observing the field here. We do got a good release option with our receiver on that right-hand side. Not a good time for the screen to go black. Thank you for coming back. That play clock moves inside 5. Snapping it with 1. Oh, we had a receiver. Not sure it would have got there anyway if that defender's head wasn't in the way. But some of these blitzes have just got home way too quickly. A little hard count action, no one offers. Need someone to get open, but they're not gonna. We're just gonna have to eat that sack. BYU will get the ball here. Touchdown to tie. And yeah, we're really not doing well. Throw power is down. We're gonna keep every throw within about 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. The defense keeps coming through. That's what we want to see. I would love to see the running game also come through for us. Get the Mike side plus side. There we go. Let's go, Hill. I'll take it. Play 1, gain a 9. Yep, double the nose tackle. Mike 36. Looking good. Just go back to the screen. Thank you. There we go, Hill. Open up those lanes, line. PK's been just sitting in a ice bath on the sideline while the defense has been out there. Why do I always got to change this? I feel like at this point, how long the game has been out, it should know where the doubles and the mic need to be, but PK's helping them sort it out. Running game coming through. Probably not going to look good here on an RPO pass outside. We're going to keep it down the middle. 45 makes a good play on the right guard who does absolutely nothing. You can't tell me that guy's an actual defensive tackle. 2nd and 11. Not a whole lot of space there. We get back the loss of 1. I'll go with an RPO glance post. Gave me the quick swing out there. Brown not able to get out much in space. Do set up a field goal here to go up 2 scores. About 4:30 to work with. I feel like that was a safe drive, especially again with where PK is physically. And they drive down the field and get that touchdown. 1:32 remaining. Which means the first down for us in this game is basically over. BYU, though, they do have 3 timeouts. As we run it, there we go. Dodds has that first down. Unfortunately, those timeouts means we can't just kneel it away yet. We're going to have to try to do that one more time. No, give me. Yes. This is on the counter. Want it backside. Hill that time. I don't feel like took full advantage of the blocking in front of him, but does get a timeout to be called. Cougars got one more. Excuse me. Normally try to back away from the mic for that, but forgot to. 2nd and 8. It's a speed pitch. That's Dodds outside, and that first down should be game as he sprints down to the 21. Coach, if you don't give me a kneel option, okay. I was about to say, upset alert, upset achieved. PK leads Baylor to the win over BYU. And in the final game of the season, on the final snap of the regular season, we become bowl eligible. 209 through the air, 67% complete, 1 touchdown, no interceptions thrown, and I don't believe we fumbled. I think that was our first clean game, maybe of the season. PK took a step back there in about the mid-3rd and the 4th. And I think that was the right call. Earlier this year against West Virginia, we didn't make that call, and it cost us the game. We don't make the same mistake. Now, give us some sort of highlight here of PK. Not one that's a sack. What does he look like on this pass for a first down to Manuai? Got to get, the thumbnail for the next time. Do you have any sort of celebration? No, he's a pretty chill dude. No, we had a touchdown there. I want to say it was the first quarter we had the passing touchdown. Be easier if I just did this. So there was a rushing touchdown. Where did we throw the touchdown? Would have been either the first or the third. There it is. Let's see what kind of celebration PK can give us here. Claps, little wheel, little pump fake, little touchdown. Let's see. What do we want? Don't want the lean. Maybe a good clap. What does that look like here? Is going to keep... Oh, it's fine. I'll cut that out anyway. Not sure why it's even showing the rating screen for this game. That should do. Now you guys know what's going to be on the cover of the next stream. At least part of it, at least. But now it's time to go find out what our bowl game is going to be. I don't imagine it's going to be a great one, but it will be the first for PK. Bring myself back on in here too. So we get a nice level up as well. So that should be a skill point. There we go. Yep, show us where we are. Coach is happy after that. PK's body might not be. Pretty sore. It's time to get on over then to the next week, and hopefully we hear some good news. Hear some good news, see some good news. I want to find out who our bowl game is. We might not get it in this sim week. Might have to sim another one. Yeah, week 14. But we don't have a practice at least. We can look to do some recovery here. Or honestly, we should have a week in between that's also set for some recovery. So let's spend the time here to make it even worse for us. And then do some studying, because we haven't done much of any studying, and we got an exam in a week. Let's also not have enough time for the leadership, because now we are getting that -3 there, because we haven't touched leadership much lately. But I feel like that was still better for us in the long run. But now time for hopefully some good news. And hopefully one more upgrade to our player before we're out of here. Nothing there. So conference championship week, I guess bowl games does make sense to happen after that. So again, we got the 7 points here. Now we need to spend some on some recovery. I can't actually. And I can't spend any on academics either. So in that instance, let's do a little bit of that. I'm not going to do anything more with the training, because I don't want the recovery to slow down even more. So let's spend the week being an influencer, I guess. Get this nice and boosted up here. And we now reach the influencer mark. So hopefully now we'll actually get some NIL deals coming in. Something we really haven't had to deal with much. Edward Kelly saying, got to hit books. I tried to hit books. We got Road Dog activated as well. Well, that's big for us, because we're about to be on the road. As we move on to the next week here, who is our bowl game? Don't keep me waiting. It will be again Road Dog upgraded. Great. It's silver now. Week 16. How much longer until you tell me who our bowl game is? I can't keep dragging this on. Okay, next time we should get unless we don't get a bowl game? We're bowl eligible at 6-6. Bowl projections. What are we looking like here? Looks like we knocked BYU into the Alamo Bowl. There we go. We're all the way down here in the Sun Bowl against Indiana. I feel like that would still be pretty good. It's the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Because PK Subban, there it is, PK Subban. It finally slipped. PK is great. Don't dock me on any sort of copyright infringement there, Tony the Tiger, please. But we should get the official word here shortly. Still haven't heard anything about these tests. Apparently we failed. We used to get pop-ups for that, and now we just haven't been. So we tried to study there late. Apparently it didn't end up working out for us. We still can't do any sort of recovery work. So we could either make that worse or try to become a better leader. So let's try to become a better leader here, because again, that dipped down. Don't want coach hating us. Continue to do some influencer work here. Of course, all those bowl game press conferences, I'm sure. Do a little bit more for leadership. Why does that keep going down after we spin these? I feel like it's not doing anything. Game breaking. Well, this should be bowl week. It should be. You're still not telling me nothing here. Come on. Well, Ole Miss has a Heisman, and it's a quarterback in Julian Lewis. 72% complete on the year, 37 passing touchdowns. And the screen is kind of broken, I feel like. But we do get the Tony the Tiger matchup, and I'm not going to do the great thing again because, again, copyright maybe infringement. I don't know. But the game seems to be having a little bit of a hard time. So this is where we're going to look to call it here for today. Right at about the 3-hour mark. It's about 6 o'clock here. Our regular season stats end like this. 3,526 passing yards with a QBR of 125.3. 21 touchdowns to 26 interceptions. We really picked up the pace there with the touchdowns late on. Turnovers were a big problem. Still, with the turnovers, we completed 64% of our throws. But we were sacked 51 times, and that doesn't even count quarterback hits. That's a massive difference. Running-wise, 800 yards, 3 more touchdowns, 5 more fumbles. We averaged about 5 yards a scramble, 68 yards per game. That is not too bad for what I would like PK to be doing. We get cleaner pockets, we're going to have less interceptions. And if we have less interceptions, the touchdowns will go up, yards will go up, completion percentage will go up. We ended with 519 attempts on the season. I'm curious where that lands with all the other guys. Obviously, some other people have played more games at this point due to conference championships and such. But nationally passing, John White from ULM. He had, wait for the screen to come back. There you go. He had over 600 attempts, and that was 12 games played. So we didn't end up being in the top portion there, even of attempts. We're actually still a good little bit down the line here. Unless I forgot how many we actually had. Didn't we have 516? Or am I remembering wrong? I think I'm remembering wrong. How many did we end up having? Pretty sure I did this last time. 519. Why did I not see us on the board? Where's PK? 519. There we go. I'm blind. So, in the top percentage, still sure, but definitely not the highest passer. In terms of sacks, we were sacked 51 times, and by far that was the most in the league. Sack percentage of people that actually count. Brad Jackson was at 18.2. How many attempts did he have? He didn't have that many attempts. So people that actually had real attempts was Kanoa, and then the next guy on James with only 172, probably started part of the year, at a 7.5. So even then, that's still a steep drop. Yeah, line did not protect PK very well this year. Hopefully they will do us better next time as we start to ramp up for our first bit of postseason action, a bowl game against Indiana. If you enjoyed today, even despite all the chaos that happened, the bits of black screen, I'm still trying to figure that out. The interceptions, the fumbles, all the bits of EA weirdness that did happen, and a little bit happening even here at the end with some of those screens seemingly being bugged. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that thumbs up just to let YouTube know you enjoyed, but to also let others know you enjoyed. And if you want to make sure you keep watching PK's story, then hit the bear icon in the bottom right corner and scroll down below and hit the bell icon. That way you get notified of when we go live, when all the other videos on this channel are posted, and when polls are posted or just comments on the community tab are posted. It's a great way of just helping stay in line with the channel. We will be back tomorrow. I'm hoping for a mid-afternoon release. I got to edit the video. I have it already recorded for the Kent State series, and it's a real fun game against North Carolina. One that I don't think anyone expected, considering how the game starts. And I'm going to leave it at that, a little teaser for you. We will see you guys next time. We'll be back here. Actually, before I leave, let me double check that schedule, because some work seasons are starting to catch into flow here. So next Sunday looks like it's going to be a later stream. I'll be working until about 2. Drive home could be anywhere from about 1 to 2 hours. So that'll push it probably to around 4, maybe 4:30 for Pacific time for stream next Sunday. But we will do it next Sunday, and it'll obviously be a little bit shorter. We'll probably get through the bowl game, or we will definitely get through the bowl game, and probably off-season, maybe first game or so of the next year. It'll be shorter, a little bit more concise, but we'll see you guys then. Appreciate you all from being around. And I did actually have the music rolling now. That's all good. We'll see you guys next time once again. Appreciate you all being here. See you next time.